Do I have your attention now? Do I have it? Good. I thought so. You're going to listen to my demands. I will make them at the end. Why? This is not a business divorce. It is a full-blown RICO conspiracy. Hidden Network and its leadership want to frame this as a business dispute to downplay the severity of their crimes. But the evidence proves this was a premeditated, multi-layered criminal enterprise that qualifies as a full-blown RICO conspiracy. Unlike a normal business breakup where partners legally dissolve or buy each other out, this case involves coercion, fraud, extortion, asset theft, and racketeering, all hallmarks of organized criminal activity. Why this is not just a business dispute? Let's look at a business divorce versus a criminal enterprise. Business divorce. Two parties disagree on ownership, profits, or strategy. RICO conspiracy. A coordinated criminal scheme to seize assets, launder money, and eliminate opposition. Business divorce. Both sides negotiate a fair exit, typically with buyouts or dissolution. RICO conspiracy. One side uses fraud, coercion, and threats to force the other out. Court intervention is for financial disputes, contract enforcement, or management. The court case involves fraud, coercion, extortion, financial crimes, and cover-ups. A business divorce? The company's finance remain open and transparent. A RICO? Secret transactions, asset transfers, and document falsifications to hide illicit activity. Business divorce. Both parties follow lawful corporate procedures. RICO conspiracy. One side uses fake legal claims, backdated documents, and coercion to justify theft. This isn't a messy business split. It's a criminal enterprise hijacking a company and laundering stolen assets under the cover of corporate legitimacy. Number two, the key elements to make this a RICO conspiracy. To prove a RICO, which is a Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act case, prosecution must demonstrate a criminal enterprise exists. The enterprise engaged in a pattern of illegal activities or racketeering acts. At least 2 acts of racketeering occurred within 10 years. The illegal activities were committed to further the enterprise's goals. The defendants controlled, conducted, or participated in the enterprise. This case meets every element required to prove a RICO conspiracy. How this case checks every RICO element. Number one, a criminal enterprise exists. A network led by TJ and Timothy Shedd, along with Justin Williams and Carlos Diaz, operate as a coordinated unit to execute financial crimes. This was not an internal dispute. They actively worked together to fraudulently seize control of company assets and liquidate them before Armstrong could stop them. Criminal enterprises use businesses as fronts for illegal activities. Hidden Network did exactly this by laundering assets through fake financial justifications. Number two, the enterprise engaged in a pattern of illegal activities or racketeering acts. RICO cases require at least 2 acts of criminal activity. This case has dozens. Wire fraud. Slack messages show Hidden Network planning to sell the Lamborghini before Armstrong was ousted. Financial records show illicit transfers and hidden transactions to conceal ownership changes. Extortion, coercion. Carlos Diaz forced Armstrong to sign over his Lamborghini under title under duress. Threats were made against Armstrong and his wife unless assets were surrendered. Fraudulent asset conversion. TJ Shedd and Dante Slager were negotiating the Lamborghini sale before Armstrong was even removed. Tim Shedd searched for a dealership hours after the forced transfer. Obstruction of justice and cover-ups. Slack messages show Dante suggested moving the car to evade law enforcement scrutiny. We're going to show you all this tonight. If this is my last will and testament, then fucking A, you guys are going to know what happened. That is the last time I'm going to raise my voice. I promised myself I would stay calm through this, and I'm going to. Slack messages show Dante suggested moving the car. The Georgia Department of Revenue froze the Lamborghini title, proving legal authorities found the transaction suspicious. Conspiracy to commit financial crimes. Justin Williams, the Sheds, and Diaz coordinated to control assets post-ouster. Hidden Network falsely claimed Armstrong mismanaged funds to justify their actions. George Koenig, Hitt's attorney, used legal maneuvers to stall and suppress Armstrong's claim. This isn't a case of removing an executive. It's a web of criminal acts committed to steal assets and erase Armstrong's financial control. Well, number 3, let's see if it hits this requirement. At least 2 acts of racketeering occurred within 10 years. Multiple crimes were committed in just 30 days, August to September 2023. Coercion, fraud, and asset theft continued through November 2023 with the RICO lawsuit. This proves an ongoing criminal conspiracy that extends beyond a simple business dispute. Number 4, the illegal activities furthered the enterprise's goals. Hidden Network's goal was clear: remove Armstrong, seize assets, and rebrand the company while liquidating valuable property. They immediately began selling off high-value assets like the Lamborghini while locking Armstrong out of company assets and accounts. They justified asset seizures by creating a false narrative of misconduct. They manipulated the legal system with restraining orders and counter lawsuits to stall Armstrong's fight for justice. All actions taken by Hidden Network were deliberate steps in a financial crime operation. Number 5, the defendants controlled, conducted, or participated in the enterprise. Each player had a key role in the conspiracy. TJ Shedd directed the corporate takeover and coordinated asset liquidation. Timothy Shedd Sr. managed financial cover-ups and helped justify seizing assets. Justin Williams worked on laundering funds and erasing my control. Carlos Diaz used threats to force Armstrong into surrendering Lamborghini. Dante sent us all this stuff, so I guess Dante's not the worst guy in the world. Yeah, DJ, Dante sent us all this stuff. He fucked us out of $10,000 too, but it's a long story. Then George Koenig used legal tactics to suppress Armstrong's claims and delay justice. George Koenig, we will not be getting, I just ran out of time tonight to give you everything. I hope one day I'm going to be able to give you everything on George Koenig. He came into my company a month before I was ousted, unbeknownst to me, and helped TJ structure and layer. He's an SEC securities lawyer. He's directly from the SEC. And we're also going to look at Justin Odell, who is a former U.S. attorney who has all these connections. These 2 guys are involved in a willful cover-up. You will see. That's strange. Okay. Every individual played a role in the coordinated fraud operation. This wasn't a business split. It was an organized takedown. Final conclusion, a textbook RICO case, not a business dispute. This was a premeditated, multi-step operation involving fraud, coercion, asset theft, and illegal cover-ups. All elements of a RICO conspiracy are met, from criminal enterprise coordination to financial manipulation. The Slag messages, legal findings, and asset movements records confirm that this was a criminal scheme, not a business breakup. Hidden Network and its executives must be held accountable under RICO. This case is beyond financial fraud. It's corporate racketeering at the highest levels. What comes next? Full legal breakdown connecting each crime to RICO elements. Exposed contradictions in Hidden Network's legal defense. This is my AI. This is Genie talking to me. Don't worry about this guy. This is our latest motion for receiver. This is going to be long. I'm sorry. I'm going to read this entire document. It may take me 9 hours. But I'm prepared to do it. Plaintiff Benjamin C. Armstrong's argument supporting appointment of a full receiver. This is what we did not get to argue at all in court. And instead, TJ's lawyer, Daniel Norris, that stupid motherfucker, he has a shit NFT. He loves shit NFTs. He really does. I'm not kidding. If you've ever seen NFTs that are literal pieces of shit where they like name them cool things like, oh, here's a diarrhea turd. That's what Daniel Norris is into, his lawyer from the Ether Law Firm, just so you guys know. And he went up there and shriveled in front of the Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs. And for 3 hours, instead of me getting to argue what I'm about to tell you, Daniel Norris argued whether or not he should be able to get paid from TJ, my fucking money that they all stole. Crazy, isn't it? Introduction. On January 9th, 2025, the court heard arguments from the parties related to the pending motions and objections to the special master's second report. Due to time constraints, the plaintiff was then able to present all of his witnesses' testimony and arguments therein. The court has allowed the parties to submit further arguments via email. This document serves as plaintiff's submission, summarizing key points and reinforcing the necessity of appointing a full receiver. A receiver will be someone who comes in and liquidates Discover Crypto. My entire life is dedicated to shutting that channel down. That's when this is over. The day Discover Crypto is shut down and I get my brand, BitBoy Crypto, given back to me. Sorry, I'm going to try to be calm now. Defendants, general background. Defendants have engaged in a systematic scheme of misrepresentation, asset concealment. You guys are going to be shocked by this. Sorry, court. I'm telling everybody everything. I'm tired of your corruption. Everybody but the judge is corrupt. Defendant and the judge is just, you see, she's just a little too slow with this. She just needed to act faster, and I don't think she realized by not making a decision, she's ruining my life and pushing me to the brink of looking for bridges for suicide. And I think after this, I think she's going to get it. I hope. Throughout this litigation, defendants have misrepresented standard business operations, falsified facts, and obstructed oversight, preventing the special master from conducting an accurate and thorough review of corporate assets. Despite overwhelming evidence disproving their falsehoods, the special master lacks the discretion or authority to determine what is truthful and what is not, leaving the court mired in unnecessary disputes and delays and corporate assets unidentified and unprotected. Strategic withholding of records. Defendants have strategically withheld corporate records. They completely cut me off from all my documents and all my emails when this started. Defendants have strategically withheld corporate records, provided contradictory statements, and outright denied the existence of cryptocurrency wallets and exchange accounts in their sole possession. This deliberate deception has resulted in significant corporate assets being excluded from oversight. C, the nature of the dispute: theft, fraud, and blackmail. Despite defendants, this is an actual court document, guys. Despite defendants' obstruction and deception, and this is by Cassie Wolf. Cassie Wolf is the most amazing thing. She saved me probably millions of dollars. And man, baby, I love you so much. I have our little. Where's it at? Where's it at? I have this with me. I keep looking at it the whole time. You're my everything. You're my heart. My kids are why I fight. I fight for my kids. I love my kids so much. They're going to find out how much their dad loves them. I wanted to do anything to clear my name and clear my family's name. Special master is unable to verify accuracy of third-party information. The special master has repeatedly demonstrated that she lacks the ability, discretion, and authority to distinguish fact from fiction when it comes to defendants' financial representations. Special master has not issued subpoenas to obtain third-party records from cryptocurrency exchanges or financial institutions. So just so you guys understand in crypto, basically, I'm going to give you TJ's whole entire fucking argument. We don't have that. I don't know what that is. Exchange records, we don't have any crypto exchanges. Binance, we never use that. She's relied entirely, this is 100% accurate, I'm going to prove it, entirely on defendant self. This is Lori Dyke. Let's make sure we pull up her picture so everybody sees who she is. Lori Dyke is IAG Forensics and Valuation. This is her. This is her, guys. Saturday Night Live, for real. I'm not going to get too much off track, but I want you guys to see who this is. This lady doesn't like me because I'm mean, and I don't put up with her bullshit. And she hates me. She tells me, my attorneys tell me, everybody tells me she talks shit about me all the fucking time. She's willing, what you guys are going to find is she's willing, because I speak mean sometimes because she lies, to send me to prison. Because that's what's on the line here, guys. This is what you guys don't fucking get, okay? Carlos went to New York and talked to the SEC or CFTC or someone. Gave them a bunch of documents. It was all like Justin Williams pump and dumps before he was officially in the company when he was creating thumbnails. It's all documented. We'll talk about it, okay? In order to try to get me in trouble for their crimes. This is a true story, guys. This is a true story. They literally, and this is hard. I'm going to say this, and this is hard. This is going to be hard for my kids. It's hard for my ex-wife. The fact is, I'm not trying to play victim. I'm being honest with you guys here. If I would have gone back to Bethany, I would have stayed in that basement, and I would have made videos like they told me to. These guys were actively and still are actively, along with George Koenig and Justin Odell, trying to frame me for stealing $27 million that these guys stole in the beginning. Not only did they steal my money, they wanted to fucking send me to prison. Guys, I thought the CFTC thing was all about them. I started looking into it, talking to him. We talked to Jack a good bit. Cassie does. Murphy, he's the guy in charge of it. And I don't know if Jack loves me talking about this stuff. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm to the point. I love you guys. I will cooperate with any investigation you guys have. I'll tell you anything about anybody you want to know, really. I got all the goods on the people in crypto. But I am not a criminal. I've never made videos to pump. Actually, I made tons of videos to pump. I just didn't realize all these guys were in the background dumping. I didn't have financial control. And even when I did, you guys will find on PAMP, the one who told you to kill me over, I lost fucking $5,000 with Justin Williams. Who knows how much he dumped. I lost money because I held on to it for 2 weeks afterwards because I don't pump and dump. I never have pump and dumped. And it's all that everybody accuses me of. Okay, sorry, that was too much. Back on track. She has relied entirely on defendants' self-reporting rather than independent verification. Despite clear evidence, the defendants have lied about material financial matters. She has failed to take any corrective action to ensure transparency and accountability. The reliance is on defendants who have every incentive to mislead, misrepresent, and obstruct oversight. Has completely undermined the special master's ability to effectively monitor corporate assets. Ongoing regulatory investigation and urgent need for oversight. While the court continues to resolve ownership disputes, plaintiffs remain the only party without protection regarding corporate assets because TJ gets to spend all my money he stole to represent himself against the CFTC. The entities are currently under investigation by the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. By the way, I shared this document on Twitter if you guys would like to go check it out on Twitter. The plaintiff remains the only party without protection regarding corporate assets. The hidden entities are currently under investigation by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission for illicit financial activities, including improper use of international cryptocurrency exchanges, unauthorized fund transfers, and deceptive financial reporting. Without a receiver who would be in charge of all the finances to ensure independent oversight, plaintiff risks being falsely implicated in crimes committed by the defendants. You know, Armstrong was, you guys don't see them out here doing this shit, do you? Because they can't fucking do it, just like they can't do the taxes. It's all lies, every word out of their mouth. You guys are going to find. Given that Armstrong was unlawfully ousted from the companies while these actions were ongoing, defendants now have complete control over corporate records and financial transactions with the ability to selectively disclose or withhold those records. Number 3, severe financial management and cryptocurrency oversight failures. A complete lack of financial oversight and cryptocurrency management, despite being hired by Armstrong to manage corporate finances. Defendants Tim Shedd Sr. and TJ Shedd Jr. failed to implement even the most basic financial oversight. No formal accounting records exist tracking corporate cryptocurrency transactions, holdings, or expenditures. Their whole job. Millions of dollars in cryptocurrency assets remain unaccounted for with no records identifying wallet ownership or fund transfers. Earnestly of Decrypt Tax has helped them do this. Defendants exercise complete autonomy over corporate wallets, operating without any reporting, accountability, or internal oversight. Additionally, per defendants' own admissions, little to no transaction documentation exists for cryptocurrency transfers occurring prior to 2023. This raises an immediate red flag. Either the records exist and are being concealed, or the records were intentionally never created to obfuscate corporate asset management. I'm so proud of myself for saying that word. The intentional omission of transaction records prevents any ability to verify the legitimacy of defendants' financial representations and directly obstructs a full forensic audit. B, financial condition of the entity's special master's second report, November 15, 2024, confirms that entities have been approximately losing $53,000 per month. I thought they had to get rid of me to save the company. My $1 million a month state contract. We had to get rid of BitBoy to save the company. No, it's the fucking cover up TJ and Tim Shedd's $3 million theft in 2020 from my Coinbase. That's where it all started. Defendants may attempt to blame litigation fees, but plaintiffs believe a substantial portion of losses are due to management following his unlawful ousting. Plaintiff has repeatedly requested financial reports detailing corporate revenue and expenses, yet defendants have refused to provide transparency, obstructing a full financial assessment. Necessity of a receiver to preserve or cease operations. A receiver must assess whether any viable business operations remain. If the businesses are no longer sustainable, a receiver must have the authority to seize operations to preserve the assets. Number 4, inadequate oversight by the special master. These are the court-appointed officials supposed to protect the citizens and the community and their cryptocurrencies. Remember? Inadequate oversight. Failure to compel defendants to disclose exchange credentials or subpoena records directly from third party. Defendants have failed to disclose numerous corporate wallet addresses and exchange accounts used in the discourse of business, despite being empowered by this court to have direct access to these accounts, and plaintiff having provided third-party evidence of said accounts. Special master has failed to compel the defendants to disclose the exchange credentials or subpoena the exchange records directly. Exchange accounts and addresses provided by corporate accountants remain undisclosed by defendants. In 2023, defendants Tim and TJ Shedd worked with Gordon Law. Where's Andrew Gordon? Somebody go fucking talk to that motherfucker. He's a scammer too. Amended tax, he helped them structure the business to steal. The 2021 amended tax return for BJ Investment Holdings LLC at plaintiff's request, Gordon Law provided a document detailing the wallet addresses disclosed by the defendants for the purpose of preparing the amended 2021 tax returns, who in turn provided the document to corrupt Lori Dyke on August 10, 2024. This document acknowledges the existence of 2 Binance accounts and 2 KuCoin accounts disclosed by defendants. You guys remember in April of 2024, before she had a single anything, she testified under oath to the Honorable Kimberly Childs, Judge Kimberly Childs, that she had 100% control of all the crypto. She didn't have a single address to even look at. At plaintiff's request, Gordon Law provided a document detailing the wallet addresses, who in turn provided this document to the corrupt Lori Dyke. This document acknowledged the existence of the 2 Binance accounts. Further text message history between plaintiffs and defendants clearly demonstrates personal knowledge of these accounts, despite defendants' claims that the corporation, I want you guys to hear me, Hidden Network, TJ Shedd, is literally telling the court that they never used Binance. If you guys understood how crazy this is, this is why I'm to the point of, where's the bridge? I don't get it. On March 6, 2020, and keep in mind, the court has all of this. Every single thing we're going to look at today, every single thing, the court has all of it. You guys are not going to believe this. You're going to see why I'm at this point. On March 6, 2021, defendant TJ Shedd sent plaintiff a text message saying, if you want, I can send the ETH and Gemini to Binance US. I'm going to start stacking Solana, Atom, XTZ, I guess that's Tezos. Although I do think ETH is due to pop. TJ, he's an ETH kind of guy. You guys know that. On April 12, 2021, defendant TJ Shedd and plaintiff had a conversation about the Binance.com account on September 2021. Defendant Tim Shedd sent plaintiff a text message requesting the password to the Binance US account, which they've also denied having. Further, between September 15, 2023 and October 17, 2023, shortly after plaintiff was ousted from the hit entities, approximately $968,277.13. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something real quick. There we go. Okay. After a plaintiff provided the special master record subpoenas from Gemini, which clearly shows deposits in the defendant's personal exchange accounts, not previously disclosed from his wallet, defendants recanted and are now claiming this wallet to be personally owned by defendant Timothy Shedd. So we found this wallet that was theirs for sure. They were stealing money. They tried to say it was a corporate wallet but we knew it was Tim Shedd's personal wallet originally because he funded it, and he's got like a Gate.io account. He's got like $30 million of volume in that has nothing to do with any. He's never taken any money from the company, even though he sent himself crypto multiple times as an employee. Doesn't make sense, does it? Like TJ did back in 2020. But this is TJ's wife, Allie. I want to show you guys how sick she is. You guys are going to see as I go through this today. I just want to show you guys this. I got this text from her today. It says, God is a shelter. We never stop praying for you. Remember, God loves you no matter what. And what you guys are going to find is she sent this text message in case I kill myself to make herself look good. Kid you not. While the documents acknowledge the existence of 2 corporate KuCoin accounts, defendants closed only one. They had about 20 at least, I know. Here's some addresses. You guys can see these are Coinbase. The document further discloses 4 additional Bitcoin wallet addresses. You guys look into all this. Pull all these addresses. Not disclosed to special master by the defendants. So there you go. You guys see that? You guys can get the document. Just pull it yourself. Oh, guys. Check this out. We have, you guys know the bid pool we had. It was a Cardano staking pool, and you know how they stole it and did all that stuff. They're literally saying they have 0 Cardano. They never have. They've had no ADA. No, we don't. The pool just disappeared. We don't know what. We've got all the tracking. Jake has tracked it all, and it's just man. I tell you, it's unbelievable. Despite defendants directly disclosing these addresses to the previous accountant to Andrew Gordon as corporate addresses. Upon their denial of ownership, Corrupt Lori Dyke said, no, you don't have to put those ones on the corporate wallet, even though you put them on Andrew Gordon's. They were just almost completely finished in September of 2023. And they're acting like he got way further than Ernest did. Ernest only got 2 weeks into the taxes the whole entire time. Defendants failure to disclose Gate.io exchange account and unauthorized transfers, concealment of Gate.io exchange account. Defendants have failed to disclose a Gate.io exchange account that was actively used in the course of business despite court authorization requiring full disclosure of corporate financial assets. The exchange account was never reported to the special master and remains outside judicial oversight. We've given this to him 100 times. Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs. I'm saying, Judge Kimberly Childs, I love you. You hire a completely corrupt people. I'm not sure if Brandy DeSwanny is corrupt, but I do know that she is. I'm not in the state right now. I did start smoking weed vapes, by the way, guys, because I feel all the time like I think you can see. And so because I failed my drug test for marijuana, first drug test I failed since 2000 and probably 2, 3, somewhere around there. I failed a drug test for pot because I started smoking pot after all this happened to me because I'm nuts and they want to put me on all kinds of medication. And Brandy doesn't want me to see my kids because I smoke a weed vape. Just so you guys know. So I was able to see them at Christmas, and then she found out I hit a weed vape. And now for almost a month and a half, 6 weeks, I have not got to see my kids. I got them Christmas gifts. And the day after Christmas, I texted my ex-wife to find out if I could give them the gifts, and she wasn't any help. She said, "Oh, no, I'm not any help. I can't tell you how to get these gifts to the kids at all." And I said, "Oh my gosh, okay. So what am I going to do?" Well, I'm supposed to see them like next weekend. And she told me, "Look, Bethany, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus. I'm just being honest about stuff." She told me that I couldn't see the kids until there was a court order. And then Brandy DeSwanny asked me for a drug test. I failed it. I did fail it for amphetamines and also for marijuana, but the amphetamines because I take Adderall. I have a prescription, and I showed it to the guy when I taken the P test, and he, it's all taken care of. I sent the prescription and all this stuff, so that's not a big deal at all. But the marijuana, the thing that's keeping me sane, the thing that's keeping me from finding a bridge, the thing that the doctor that Brandy DeSwanny had forced me to go see, by the way, I have evidence of this. Brandy DeSwanny forced me to go see a doctor. And when I said I didn't want to see that doctor, I went and saw another doctor. And then they said, "No, that doctor's not good. You have to go see this one." So I went and saw this guy, Dr. Howard Drutman. What a fucking disappointment of a human being he is to his parents and himself. This guy, after all I'm about to go through with you here, Howard Drutman said I'm multi-personality. He says I'm, he didn't say schizophrenic, but he said narcissistic. He said I am manic, depressed, ADHD, this, 74 different things. But you know what he didn't say? Anything about my trauma. He didn't say anything about my PTSD of what I've been through. Nothing. You know what his suggestion was? He needs to stop smoking pot and get on more prescription drugs. That's why I gave him 9 things. Fuck you, Randy, my old lawyer, the worst lawyer of all time. But Brandy, I don't know why you hate me. You're going to find what was done to me is real. And once this trauma is removed and Discover Crypto is shut down, my life goes back to normal immediately. My level goes from here. Wow, everything's fine again. These people have to be removed then from the internet for now. Defendants failure to disclose Gate.io exchange account. Oh, good. I can freely hit this now. And unauthorized transfers, concealment of Gate.io exchange account. Defendants have failed to disclose a Gate.io exchange account that was actively used in the course of business despite court authorization requiring full disclosure of corporate financial accounts. This exchange account was never reported to the special master and remains out of judicial oversight. Between October 10, 2021 and March 12, 2022, this undisclosed Gate.io account received a total. Hold on real quick, guys. I feel like I have to do this. I have to do this. So Brandy DeSwanny, I don't think Brandy DeSwanny is a bad person. I don't think. I'm not positive. I think she just is very misled with what she thinks is right because she's so in the corporate or the government counsel and stuff. This is her website, dsfamilylaw.net. I want you to let her know what you guys think about her not letting me see my kids. It's been 6 weeks since Christmas. I got to see them one time. I can't even give them their Christmas gifts. I haven't been able to give them the rest of their Christmas gifts. My son's jersey is the biggest thing. I haven't been able to give it to him. My wife won't cooperate. And also, Brandy DeSwanee will not cooperate. Nobody will cooperate to let me see my children. I get to talk to them for 10 minutes every 2 weeks. And why am I getting drug tests? Because my wife, Bethany, reported to the court that I asked on Twitter whether people believed that I was doing cocaine or not. And the reason I asked, because I was using for evidence for the case for things I'm doing right now. So I've been having to take drug tests ever since. Thanks, Bethany. I never wanted it to be this way between us. I can forgive and move on after this, after you hear everything. I can forgive and I can let bygones be bygones, and we can go back. I hate having this kind of relationship with you, Bethany. I really do. I don't hate you. I don't wish anything bad upon you. I know that you are obviously doing some things you shouldn't be doing. I'm not going to talk about that because I love our kids a lot, and I'm never going to say a bad word about you to our kids. And so I'm going to limit it right here. But just know, Bethany, like I look, you like coffee mugs and books. I'm the big boy. I'm just sorry. We just grew up here. We just grew up here, Bethany. I'm sorry. Okay. So, anyways, this is Brandy DeSwanee. So I told Brandy DeSwanee, I said, I can't believe that you. Let's see. You know what? Let's just see if we can find it. I'll just show you guys the email. I'm not supposed to do this. I'm in big trouble. Look, priority drug and alcohol testing. Max Fishman, Bethany's lawyer, trying to make me fail for drug test. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Oh, the picture didn't give her what she wants. You see, this wasn't enough. This wasn't enough for my Adderall prescription. I had to give more. So I gave her my diagnosis, and then I literally went to the pharmacy on the way there because I coincidentally was out and I had not had any for a couple of days. And so I was like, I probably need to actually go stop and get this so I can show it to him, because I'll probably, even though it was 2 days since I'd taken an Adderall, I probably was going to fail it for amphetamines. But I mean, I would have showed it to him anyways. I mean, you don't want that even to be a possibility for people to think. Brandy DeSwanee, who, look, I'm not telling you guys to attack Brandy DeSwanee. I'm not telling you to attack the judge. I put her in the yellow. I don't put her in the red. I put her in the yellow. Results of drug testing. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Miss Brandy DeSwanee. Mr. Lambros, that's my lawyer. I am concerned with the results of the drug testing received today. Mr. Armstrong's positive for amphetamines, but provided no prescription. I did take it and show it to him. The guy who looks at your dick while you're peeing was like, "You're supposed to show it to the doctor." I was like, why would I show it to the doctor? There's no doctor out there. There's literally a secretary. They totally changed how they did the Marietta courthouse. The Cobb County courthouse. Cobb County legal system is probably about to be metaphorically on fire after all this, I think. But, I was told to go. The Kentucky State Police were great, which I had to run in with them. I'll tell you about. But they told me, they said, no, don't go to your local people like Cobb County. They suck. They're awful. They said go to like the GBI or, your state level, your state troopers. They might actually do something in a case like this because, I've given all of this to the police. We have police reports. They don't do anything. So anyways, you guys see I tested positive for a high use of cannabis. Oh, my gosh. I guess I'm going to hell. Oh, it's actually dead. The other one I got to suck really hard on. It's kind of weird. Sorry. So anyways, I have not done drugs at all. I was not doing drugs before any of this happened. I was taking some diet pills. And you know what? The diet pills were actually hitting something inside of me, which was the ADHD. I'd never been diagnosed and never taken ADHD medicine in my life. So when I took these diet pills, it made me feel a certain way. I didn't realize it was making me be focused. And I was, at some point, the side effects were getting too much and I didn't stop. And the thing is that it's actually the amphetamine side of the diet pills that I was taking back that they were, on drugs, phentermine, that actually was hitting the receptors in my brain that need to be hit. I just need to do it in a more controlled way and actually get a prescription and talk to a doctor and the whole 9 yards. And I've done that. So, so I want to show you this email with Brandy Swanee because it just highlights. She's probably wondering. She's like, I don't understand. She thinks she was nice to me here. I think she thinks she was nice to me, and she thinks that she was going to. Let's see. Here's my email to her. I stopped emailing you because my lawyer Randy, I can't remember his last name. He's so terrible. Told me I was no longer allowed to talk to her without going through him first. He told me that she said I could only use Howard Drutman for my psych evaluation. Is this true? Did you tell Randy that the $2,000 I spent on a different one was wasted because you would only approve Howard Drutman? I need to know if Randy was lying about this. I'm discovering through my new lawyer reaching out to people that Randy was basically never doing what he was supposed to be doing. So I go through and I look here, and basically she says, I want you guys to think about this. I'm literally saying, did you force me to go to a doctor? And she goes, well, kind of. No, actually, here's a doctor you need to go see for sure, though. You need to go see this different guy for sure. A few qualified counselors. So I respond to her, I need someone that's a specialist in PTSD. I need someone that's PTSD. Hey, why do people not see what I've been through? I don't understand. Maybe after by the time we get to the end, you guys see what's going to happen? Let me tell you, everybody's going to know. So after I say that to her, she says, I do not believe a second one is necessary. She loves the one that the guy gave me for no PTSD. However, this other guy I'm trying to force you to go see, why don't you want to take him? Don't you love me? Come on, Brandy. Come on, Brandy. We can start over our relationship too. I don't dislike you like we don't have problems like I have with some other people, but anyways, I do think, I think Brandy means well, but I also thought all these people meant well at times. We're going to continue. Defendant, I will not stop again. We are reading nonstop. That was it. I gave my whole spiel of different things I wanted to hit on. I did want to hit on some of that, and so it's done. Nothing but reading from here on out. And of course, you can follow along on Twitter if you'd like to. If you want to read the whole thing, publish the whole thing yourself, you can. It's not all completely done. I ran out of time. I'll have some of it done, but it's not completely done. So I wanted you guys to see this. Defendant Timothy Shedd Sr. has personal knowledge of this account. And when you guys find out why I'm alive, my guardian angel who literally just found me out of nowhere after I was cornered into one area based on weather. It's nuts. Defendant Timothy Shedd has personal knowledge of this account, even beyond its corporate use. Prior to receiving corporate funds, Timothy Shedd Sr. personally deposited $5,659 in his account from his personal Coinbase between May 4, 2021 and August 8, 2021. This personal use indicates that Timothy Shedd was aware of and had access to the Gate.io account, reinforcing concerns that corporate funds are being transferred, concealed, or misused for unauthorized purposes. We're going to get to Lamborghini next after this, so you guys stay tuned. My video the other day was awful. We're going to talk about why it was awful, and you guys are really going to understand the entire thing here. It's not about a Lamborghini, guys. I want you guys to understand this is not about Bitcoin. That's what you guys. I've been trying. When I try not to make it about me. This is about the court not protecting your crypto assets. This is about 50% of America are using crypto, and you guys are going to see the court willfully helping the scammers to cover up all the blockchain work we did, all the permit. It's on the ledger transaction. We got it. Transparency. We got it. You see, it doesn't work if the Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs, she's a Falcons fan. Tough season for us this year, Kimberly. I'm sorry, Judge Childs. But the point is that, man, I was really thinking about her Falcons Cup, and it really sent me to the side. Oh, yeah. Man, I really forgot what I was saying. It was really important. I was talking about this is about your crypto assets not being protected. That was another thing I wanted to say. You guys can't trust me when it comes. You can't trust me about anything. Sorry to love you. The deliberate failure to disclose the Gate.io exchange account further supports the need for immediate forensic financial review by receiver to subpoena.gate.io records, and we would ask everyone contact all of these exchanges. Everyone contact all of these exchanges and demand they cooperate with us and reach out to me and Cassie to help fry these motherfuckers. Investigate the $1.7 million in corporate transfers and ensure these funds were not misappropriated. Determine whether additional undisclosed accounts exist that may contain corporate assets hidden from oversight. Given defendant's pattern of concealment, financial misrepresentation, this undisclosed exchange account represents yet another example of defendant's efforts to evade corporate transparency, siphon assets, and obstruct judicial view. Immediate intervention is critical to prevent further financial misconduct. Undisclosed wallets receive funds from plaintiff's personal Coinbase account. This is very important. This is the crux of the crime here. This is the crux of the crime. 2020, I hired TJ, September. Undisclosed wallets receive funds from plaintiff's personal Coinbase account, concealment or theft. Number one, defendants had access to plaintiff's personal Coinbase account. We have tons of evidence of this. We have text messages, all kinds of stuff. If you worked there, everybody knew. Plaintiffs had millions of dollars in crypto assets in this account prior to the formation of the hit entities in his partnership with defendant TJ Shedd. While plaintiffs, employees, defendants TJ Shedd and Timothy Shedd Sr. had access to this account in the course of business, accessing it from their computers as well as the plaintiffs. Any wallet that I owned up until probably about the last, I don't know, maybe month, like any wallet that I owned, they had access to. It was on my computer. I didn't care. Other people coming in. I'm not like you guys think I am. I don't give a fuck about money. I like team number go up. Defendants access to plaintiff's personal Coinbase account for transfer of plaintiff's personal assets to business accounts. By the way, court has all this. In a text message conversation dated December 10th, 2021 between defendant TJ Shedd, Tim Shedd, and plaintiff. That's me. Defendants are attempting to move funds off plaintiff's personal Coinbase account for the purpose of moving the big stuff into the business accounts. Elron Schmeeds, or Aaron Schmeeds, I called him Elron, an employee of Hidden Network, accessed my accounts for the purpose of moving the crypto assets to business accounts, evidence of all of it. Defendants accessed plaintiff's computer and personal email logins for the purpose of approving these transactions. Over the following 2 weeks, a total of $8.6 million was transferred out of my Coinbase account, and only $4.9 million was deposited into wallets disclosed to the special master by the defendants. The accusation here is that either Tim and TJ Shedd stole all that money to non-corporate wallets, or I set up the entire company to steal the money that I made before I started the company. Defendants access plaintiff's computer and personal email logins. You'll see that for sure. Purpose of approving these transactions over the following 2 weeks, a total of we said that was deposited into wallets. We said that the remaining transactions were sent to wallets undisclosed to special masters. This is basic ABC crypto stuff, and the special master's hiding it because of George Koenig. George Koenig is a corrupt one. I want everybody to know that. Daniel is just kind of weird. Like you would not trust your kids with Daniel Norris, okay, at all. George Koenig, well, if you're a dude, be careful. But in all seriousness, George Koenig is the mastermind behind layering this from a lawyer perspective to help them do all this and steal all this and get away with it. He's also, I want you guys to think about this. I'm in a current case with CFTC along with Hidden Network. And you know who my lawyer is? George Koenig. The court, Judge Marjorie Childs and Special Master of the Loud. Not Marjorie Childs, I'm sorry. Judge Kimberly Childs. I missaid your name. I'm really sorry, Judge. I believe the judge was involved in this decision. Guys, I lost my train of thought. I said that about the judge and I forgot what I was saying. I'm just going to read. Sorry, guys, it's unbelievable. You have no protection. You have no protection in crypto. On December 10th, here you guys can see all of these. These are all gigantic transfers out of my personal Coinbase account to wallets that they have not disclosed, and they have zero documentation for what these are. And the court has just said, okay, sure, let's keep your channel open, guys, because you lose $63,000 a month. Well, let's go way out of our way to keep Discover Crypto open when it's losing $63,000 of Ben's money a month. Gate.io exchange account. You guys look into this one. Defendants have failed to disclose a Gate.io account used in the course of business. This account received a total of $1.7 million in corporate wallets. Tim Shedd Sr. has personal knowledge of this account, even outside of using it for corporate purposes, having made deposits totaling $5,600 from his personal Coinbase account between May 4th and August 8th. Wow, you sent $5,000 from your Coinbase account, Tim. What is that? The defendants are willfully concealing corporate addresses. If these wallets belong to the corporation, the defendants have knowingly and deliberately withheld this information from the court, special master, and plaintiff in direct violation of their disclosure obligations. This failure to disclose prevents any meaningful oversight and enables further financial mismanagement. There's just so much here, guys. You guys can read the whole thing. If you guys want to read the rest of that, you can. I'm going to go ahead. Okay. Receipt of corporate funds by defendants in personal wallets. Guys, they're playing this game of attorney's eyes only and redacted addresses because Ben's crazy and Ben's going to kill everybody, so don't show him who these addresses are when the entire thing is only him and Cassie know what's what. And the court allows this. The judge has allowed this. The lawyers have allowed it. Everyone allows this. I get 18 months, guys. 18 months. First judge said nothing to see here. My first attorney, James Merritt, tried to get me to drop the case. First week. Good job, James Merritt. Todd Poole and James Merritt, worst two lawyers ever. They're all fucking awful. I'm not going to mention the other retard, but the point is that we're going to keep going. If you guys want to read this, you can. Here's more about all of these corporate wallets receiving money. You guys can see this on Twitter if you would like. Timothy Shedd is the mastermind here, by the way, guys. Timothy Shedd, TJ's dad is that. See, TJ's not even the smart one out of those fucking idiots. His dad is the mastermind. His dad wrote him to come in here. They did all kinds of stuff. They sent all kinds of people in to get close to me to try to get blackmail. Isn't that right, Dana? I tell you what. Okay. Justin Williams, despite being a salaried employee, Justin Williams received a total of $164,000 in corporate crypto transfers to a single wallet address. He says he only has one crypto address. Justin Williams said under oath he has one crypto address. Per his own admission, he was paid by the hit entities exclusively under oath. He said this through payroll via direct deposit, not cryptocurrency. The lack of financial records documenting the purpose of these transactions raises serious concerns regarding embezzlement, unauthorized withdrawals, or the laundering of corporate funds into disclosed wallets. Here are some unauthorized transfers to Tim Shedd's personal wallet. While he's the CFO, he was a salary employee. Man, he sure did like sending himself money, $87,000. Pretty cool, huh? Timeline. You guys can look all this up. Timeline of transactions. By the way, also, let me tell you something they try to do. What they try to do originally is they tried to use Arkham and say that Arkham is foolproof and totally 100% good because people had already named some of those addresses that they were using BitBoy Crypto because it was company account, and they went to the special master and they've been trying to push this story. They were like threatening us in this meeting. Like DJ was like showing us like this Arkham diagram. We're like, we don't give a fuck. We don't do illegal stuff with money. Like we don't care. Look at all our addresses. We don't do illegal stuff with money. We don't care. But that address that was marked BitBoy Crypto that they tried actually to try to say was my address, we busted them in court so bad on that. Daniel Norris literally lied to the judge. The judge called him out in the transcripts for lying because he claimed that all of them claimed they had no idea what wallet that was. It's their main corporate wallet. It's like X7518 or something like that is what it ends in. Or starts with 0x. I don't know. Y'all find it in here. First recorded transfer to Tim's personal wallet was June of 2021. I was pretty securely in the company there. Most recent deposit occurred immediately after my removal. He sent himself money. Transactions raised serious concerns regarding the misuse of corporate funds. Unauthorized compensation and breach of fiduciary duty. You can see that about Tim and them. People want to get to some of this. This is about Hit Fitness. We're going to get into that at some point here. This is where he lied under oath to the judge under oath. TJ doubled down. You can see it in the transcripts. He said, my attorney, Stacy, said, So you're saying, TJ, under oath, your testimony under oath is no corporate money ever paid for any of the gym equipment for your new HIT Fitness with Wade Medford and Medford Advancement. Wait, what a second. Wait, what a second. No, Judge, not a single dime, nothing. Then Allie, his beluga whale wife that he's stuck with forever, has said, in the back, you see the transcript, she literally yells, "It was donated," trying to make something up. Literally, we have on the documented records where it literally says, payment to this person for gym equipment. Like it literally memos gym equipment for the gym. And TJ lied under a double, triple down. I know it's hard to understand somebody that just, that's all they do is lie. And you can't possibly grasp that they're being honest about any, like they're lying, but they're lying about literally everything. Like it's unbelievable. Like they said, oh, definitely no. Like let me read this to you guys. This is pretty crazy. This is easy for people who are not crypto to understand. This is why the judge got so mad about this. The judge called TJ a criminal in court pretty much over lying about this. And she doesn't even know we have the receipts of the literal lie to her face. Plaintiff was prepared to present at the hearing testimony of Wade Medford, owner of Medford Advancement LLC. At the court recalls, Judge Shedd testified at the July 2024 hearing that he had established a new company known as HIT Fitness LLC. He further testified that HIT Fitness LLC, which was created to establish and operate a workout facility gym with Medford involvement, was to be located and operated at the office building. Shedd testified at the July 2024 hearing that no money was paid for the gym, none, by HIT entities. Someone from the gallery of attendees, this is Beluga Whale wife, at the hearing who told AJ she was going to kill him. And guys, AJ, what the fuck, AJ? Like, seriously? Yeah, I did knock your computer over. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did on purpose. Did you accept that $5,000 bribe? How much is that worth now? How much is that worth today? And people are going to see now, AJ, you don't have a win here, AJ. I love you, and we can still be friends. We can come down from this because I love you, and you're still in my green box here. But you had all this available to you, and you withheld it from everybody because you were scared of your reputation. I get it. I just needed one champion. George from Cryptos RS, I tried to beg him. Nope, he's involved in the money laundering with them. Crypto Zombie, tried to get him involved. Nope, he's involved in the money laundering with them. Tried to get Crypto Keeper involved. Huh? Crypto Keeper's actually pretty cool. He's not a money launderer. Wow, amazing. So I tried to get in. CoffeeZilla. I begged CoffeeZilla. Begged him. I begged. He called me to find out all about it. Oh, it's interesting, I guess. Shedd also testified that HIT Fitness was set to pay $5,000 in monthly rent for the space, but the lease had not yet been finalized, despite defendant TJ Shedd's sworn testimony on July 17th, saying no corporate funds were used to finance HIT Fitness. Bank records confirm otherwise. Payments were made directly from HIT Network LLC bank accounts to Medford Advancement and Justin Williams, proving the diversion of corporate assets for unauthorized business operations. Shedd also testified that HIT Fitness was to pay $5,000 in monthly rent for the space, but the lease had not yet been finalized. The lease has never materialized because it's all lie, of course. These records prove the diversion of corporate assets for unauthorized business operations. Contradictory testimony of bank records. Following payments were made from HIT Network bank account. Guys, they said, under oath, no gym equipment. Zelle payment to Justin Williams for expense reimbursement for gym equipment downstairs. Zelle payment to the gym company for equipment. Zelle payment to the gym company for equipment from HIT Network. You guys see why I'm so crazy? You guys see? You guys see why I'm so crazy? You guys see it? Do you see it yet? If you don't see it yet, you're going to. But by the end, I promise everybody's going to fucking see my crazy. Defendant TJ Shedd deliberately failed to disclose these financial transactions when questioned twice in court, blatantly lied about their existence. This further underscores a clear pattern of financial misrepresentation and concealment regarding corporate expenditures. A receiver is essential to track unauthorized financial transactions. As HIT Fitness, we're just trying anything. Maybe the fitness will get them to stop it. To operate within the corporate office building without a valid lease agreement. So are the Forerunner guys. Forerunner guys have this podcast downstairs. I don't know who they are. I think they're actually gangsters, the gun runners. I don't know what they are. I have no idea. But all I know is they're there. There's no record of them there. Their vehicles are there every day. You guys know that since this has started 18 months ago, not one person from the court has visited HIT Network. Not one person. Not one person. It's under a special master because there's something wrong with the finances. Not one person from the court has visited. Cobb County, we gave them a police report. Nothing. They've done nothing. You would think a $500,000 car extortion alone would be enough to get them interested. Nope, we had to go get a warrant application hearing to try to get Carlos and TJ in trouble for that. And you know what happened? You'll find out. The corrupt judge, I'm going to try to find her. She's the corrupt judge, not the honorable Judge Kimberly Jones. This judge, she was a black lady. I cannot remember her last name. It was like a hyphen in Cobb County. Awful. She said, we can't determine who owns a Lamborghini. And you guys are going to find out what these guys did there. Judge, make up for your wrong. Not the judge. Honorable Kimberly Jones. I love the judge. I really, really, really do love the judge. I have said some things that may get me in trouble, but I really do love the judge. I think she's great. I'm not saying that to suck up. She's the only one that seems to see me and hear me, but it just isn't fast enough for me. Not for me. You guys are going to find Justin Williams or Tim and TJ, one or the other. They literally stole $100,000 from Pluto Alliance just a couple of weeks ago, like a month ago. Like they're actively stealing right now. Go look on the blockchain. It's all there. Okay. All right. We're going to talk about Lamborghini now. All right. I'm not going to do this in any order except for I'm going to start with this. Okay. I'm going to start with this. This is a timeline. Okay. August 30th, 2023. Okay. August 30th, 2023. Here's the text message. TJ, this is Dante. What number are you thinking for the Lambo? TJ's been trying to sell it, apparently. I mean, this is August 30th. This is 2 days where they extorted me for it, but he's like, so comfortable. Was like, what number are you thinking? They had already been talking about this for a long time. Long time. Okay. So basically, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to show you the evidence. You can go look at it for yourself, and then I'm going to go back up and I'm going to read the top. Critical evidence, August 30th, 2023, DJ and Dante discuss selling the Lamborghini. Key takeaways, TJ initiates the sale conversation. TJ directly asked Dante, what number were you thinking for the Lambo? This indicates that TJ was already planning to sell Lamborghini before I was removed from the company. His response confirms valuation and interest. He immediately responds 300, suggesting $300,000. Good job, Gene. He mentions he needs more detail. You really messed up that post earlier. Or did you? He mentions he needs more details about the car, mileage, previous owners, etc. before proving this is a serious business discussion. And this is actually who Carlos said that was going to buy the car. He said Dante. I thought he was talking about Joshua Jake, but he was actually talking about Dante. Premeditation before Ben's removal. This conversation happens on August 30th, 2023, 2 days before Carlos Diaz pressured me to sign over the title on September 1st. This proves that Network was plotting to steal the car before the title was even transferred. It directly contradicts TJ's public statements that the car sale happened only after I was removed. It's almost like I fired him and he knew he was caught stealing and he ran a coup, a literal RICO conspiracy because of it. I don't know. Call me crazy. Everybody does. Casual and confident tone suggests control. TJ doesn't hesitate. He isn't asking if the car is available. He's initiating a sale. Dante responds like a buyer negotiating a deal, not someone trying to help Ben. Here's there are links to the September 1st coercion text. 2 days after this chat, Carlos Diaz pressured Armstrong to sign the title over. This suggests Carlos was working on behalf of TJ and Hit Network to finalize the sale. Why this is the most important evidence of the Lamborghini portion. It proves the sale was pre-planned before my title transfer. It exposes TJ's public statements as lies. The network wasn't reacting to Ben's exit. They are actively plotting asset liquidation. Shows coordinated efforts between TJ, Dante, and Carlos to remove the car from Armstrong's control. This should be a centerpiece of the case. It ties the entire scheme together from internal discussions to pressuring Ben to sign to executing the sale. Final verdict? You guys wish this was final. The Lamborghini was never Hit Networks to sell. TJ and his team conspired to take it before they had legal ownership. This proves wrongful asset seizure, making their entire case against Armstrong collapse. You guys will find that out a little bit more. We're going to keep going. This is a part from one of these calls where he says, oh, okay, I'm going to reenact. And I said, you have to understand, TJ lied to me. I asked TJ if he knew what was going on with Lamborghini on Saturday or whatever day it was that I signed it over to you. I need to ask you because it's now his business. And so if I'm doing it, I mean, it's not really his business. I was just trying to play along. Carlos goes, Ben. You got a receipt? I got a receipt. I got a conversation. Okay, fine. God, okay, Carlos, God. This directly confirms the Lamborghini transfer was coerced, supporting Armstrong's claim that he signed it over under false pretenses. Carlos Diaz acknowledges transaction and insists they both have receipts and conversations, which implies a documented exchange or pressure leading up to the transfer. This excerpt should be prominently featured in the evidence presentation. It is, Jeannie. It demonstrates Armstrong questioning the legitimacy of the transfer, Carlos asserting control and referencing proof. The Lamborghini was signed over under questionable circumstances, a critical piece of evidence. Cobb County ignored all this. It links Hidden Network and TJ Shedd to a premeditated plan involving Armstrong's Lamborghini and reinforces the claims of manipulation and coercion. Okay, this is where Carlos, he was always trying to make me think Cassie was in on it, just so you guys know. He always called her Cassidy because he's a retard. Man can barely speak English, you guys know. But he said, I call him the Checkers Grandmaster. That's what I call him, Checkers Grandmaster. We thought about doing a skit on the show called You Almost Had Me, Carlos. So here's Carlos basically offering her $50,000. I think this is it. Yeah, right. So here's what Carlos does. He'd be like this. Like, look, I done told you I was going to send you some money. So like, that ain't extortion. You see, I got a deal. I got a receipt. I got it. See, I told you. I done told you. I got a receipt. See, Cassidy done told me. Cassidy done told me. See, I'm going to give her $50,000 for the car. See? This is actually just one. Actually, this is not. Is this for me? This is. Oh, I'm sorry. This is for me and Carlos. Sorry. Let me go ahead and do the Cassie one. Actually, here it is. Okay, this is the Cassie one, so we're on target. I have the transcript here on the document, so people can see. I'm trying to provide everybody with everything. Because I just don't understand why this is fucking happening. These messages are between Cassie, the Duchess, and Carlos Diaz, providing insight into their ongoing financial dealings, manipulation, and pressure tactics from Carlos. First image, September 1st, 2023. Carlos offers to send money to Bitcoin to Cassie's wallet immediately. The Duchess confirms, I agreed, and provides a wallet address. She then asks if she needs to remove Hidden Network and BitBoy Crypto from all of her socials, indicating possible coercion or pressure from Carlos. She later declines the money, reassuring Carlos that once the stake money comes in, me and her are going to be fine. She acknowledges that Carlos and his people lost a lot of money, suggesting an effort to de-escalate and redirect focus. Carlos appears to be trying to financially compensate or control Cassie through Bitcoin. Bribery, that's what they do. That's why they bribe. That's why they bribed Lori Dyke and they bribed Justin Odell of Odell and Hungerford or whatever his retarded firm is. Cassie is cautious, deflecting the offer and instead pointing to stake money as the real solution. The mention of, remember, the court has all this. The mention of removing Hidden Network and BitBoy Crypto from socials suggests a strategic distancing effort potentially demanded by Carlos. The second image, there's a couple images on this one. Well, they're at the bottom. No, actually, I did not take the images. Instead of taking the images, I just did the entire transcript so you guys can see it there. This is from an audio call, actually. She's cautious, deflecting, the mention, blah, 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 blah. Carlos mentions that TJ shed real tears that shed with one D when discussing Ben, implying emotional manipulation or an attempt to make Cassie sympathize. Carlos reaches out in the morning, saying he's heading somewhere and needs clarity. Cassie sends a diplomatic response, apologizing for her previous attitude, expressing frustration with the situation, hoping for a win-win solution. Carlos simply responds, me too. I guess maybe because he's been raped by a dude. I don't know. Keeping things vague. Sorry, no offense to ladies on that. Or dudes that like, well, nobody likes that. So sorry. That was a bad joke, I think. I don't know. Cassidy reassured, you see when you deal with Carlos, who knows what kind of crimes you're going to come up with. Carlos reaches out in the morning. Cassidy sends a diplomatic response. Carlos says, me too. Cassidy reassures he will call soon. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess I can stop with the camera angle thing. Okay. I knew the camera angle was bad as. I didn't want you guys to see me. There's no telling. There is no telling what I might do on the street. As you know. Look at what I'm capable of. Look at what I've done. Look, just take a look. You're listening now, aren't you? You're paying attention now, aren't you? I went to the court. They won't listen. I went to the police. They won't listen. I went to the crypto media. They won't listen. I went to CoffeeZilla. He won't listen. No one will listen. I certainly didn't set out to do this. But the last 24 hours, I sure have. And the next 24 hours, oh my fucking God. You have no idea. Carlos mentions that TJ shed real tears. He simply responds, me too. I need to upgrade my size of my computer here. Sorry, guys. Okay. Cassie reassures him she will call soon, mentioning she's wrapping up a bank call. Carlos appears to be playing a middleman, relaying emotional cues from TJ to Cassie, potentially to manipulate or gain trust. Cassie acknowledges frustration, but remains diplomatic, signaling that she was trying to keep peace despite the situation. The Ben call reference suggests Cassie was actively involved in financial discussions, possibly regarding the coin's management or allocations. I mean, yeah, she was the CEO. And man, you know, when you guys find out eventually, when you follow these addresses and find out who was behind all of that the whole time, big shocker. You guys can see this message is added to the larger pattern of Carlos' course of tactics and confirm Cassie's direct involvement in navigating the chaos behind the scenes while maintaining loyalty to Ben. She's always loyal to me. I know it makes some people mad, but she always was. Okay, this one. This is transcripts. Did I say this one already? This is just a little bit. Carlos tries to downplay the extortion. This is from the extortion call where he calls it's on YouTube. You can find it on my channel. He repeatedly denies extorting me. Despite clear power dynamics and pressure being applied, he brings up Cassie involvement to imply that there was agreement or legitimacy in the transfer. I told you, Cassie, not Sekou. Carlos directly warns Ben that his claims won't play well in court. They haven't. He was right. And that I could go to jail for making a false claim. I mean, I suspect I'm probably going to be the one that's going to go to jail because of what I've done the last few days. And not them. It's unbelievable. Because BitBoy's crazy, but these guys did it to me and nobody cares. Suggests Carlos is aware of legal risk and is trying to intimidate me into compliance. Carlos claims to have receipts and recordings. He repeatedly mentions that he has recordings and proof, positioning himself as in control. This is a common intimidation tactic, reminding someone they are being recorded while using legal threats to suppress pushback. Justin's involvement is confirmed. Carlos explicitly states that Justin has been involved. Making the transfer happens that directly implicates Justin Williams as an active participant in the pressure campaign. Why this is critical evidence? Carlos is clearly aware the situation is legally questionable and attempts to reframe it as a legitimate deal while using intimidation. Ben's response, right, okay, indicates submission. This aligns with someone feeling coerced rather than making a voluntary transfer. This conversation validates Ben's claims that the Lamborghini was signed over under duress. This is a pivotal piece of the case. It should be used to demonstrate that Carlos and Justin coordinated pressure tactics. Legal threats were used to suppress resistance. The transfer was anything but voluntary, and you guys can see it there. Let's go to the Altcoin Daily interview. You guys can find the entire transcripts of the Altcoin Daily interview down here. You slackers! I found it. I figured out how to get it. Okay, talk about the Altcoin Daily interview. In this interview, TJ Shed attempts to control the public narrative surrounding Ben Armstrong's ouster from Hit Network with my friend, supposedly. Altcoin Daily's got some fucking explaining to do. I'm going to tell you guys. In the Lamborghini dispute, his statements present a calculation. I put Altcoin Daily in the green box. Then they can go in the green box. I'll keep them there. There's no really green box except for Cassie and Crypto Keeper and, just Jay Chains and a few other people. I hope all those people are. Who knows? Who really knows? I don't know. I can't trust anybody, I guess. I can trust Cassie. I made her take a lie detector test. That's why I know I can trust her. You see why? His statements present a calculated effort to justify the takeover while avoiding direct accountability for the seizure and forced transfer of my assets. Key takeaways relevant to the dispute. Minimizing Lamborghini's importance. TJ downplays the entire Lamborghini situation in that interview, calling it stupid and absurd without addressing the actual details of the forced title transfer. Remember, August 30th, 2 days before I even know, he was trying to sell it. My personal asset, remember. He insists the Hit Network never stole the car, yet avoids explaining how Carlos Diaz ended up with the title and how the car was sold. This selective framing suggests an intentional omission of what really happened during the transfer process. Avoidance of direct responsibility. He distances Hit Network from direct involvement by stating that they never possessed the car and the company had no control over it. However, text messages and call transcripts confirm Carlos Diaz was acting on behalf of Hit Network's leadership during the forced transfer. This contradiction strengthens Armstrong's claim that the company orchestrated the Lamborghini seizure through third parties to avoid legal liability. Legitimizing the takeover, TJ portrays Armstrong as financial liability and public risk, citing misconduct allegations and substance abuse claims to justify his removal. He repeatedly states that Armstrong was creating massive legal exposure, setting up the argument that the seizing company's assets like the Lambo was a necessary action. This narrative attempts to shift focus away from the coercion allegations, framing the removal as a legitimate corporate decision rather than a hostile takeover. Implicating Carlos Diaz and Justin Williams, TJ acknowledges Carlos Diaz's close involvement with Hit Network and Armstrong, saying Diaz was an investor and business associate. He also confirms Justin Williams was involved in negotiations related to the Lamborghini, aligning with previously leaked. It's almost like I've been telling the truth the whole fucking time, guys. It's amazing. Related to Lamborghini, aligning with previously leaked transcripts where Diaz and Justin pressured me into the transfer. This directly ties Hit Network leadership to the asset transfer, further corroborating my allegations of coordinated effort to strip me from my ownership of my Lamborghini that I loved so much because it meant I was successful in crypto. TJ Shedd's statements attempt to rewrite the narrative, but his omissions and contradictions expose gaps in his defense. He dismisses the Lamborghini dispute while avoiding details on how the title transfer occurred. He contradicts known evidence by claiming Hit Network had no control over the car, confirms Carlos Diaz and Justin Williams were directly involved in securing assets from Armstrong. This interview should be presented alongside the transcripts. Come on, Jeannie, don't give me the directions. Come on, man. You guys can see the entire thing. There's much more ridiculous stuff in here. I'm just talking about Lamborghini right now. Here is him pressuring me to sign over the Lamborghini title. Hey, where can we meet so you can sign the back? Look at me. September 1st, 2:32, an hour and a half before Tim Shedd tries to send Dante to the Lamborghini dealership, or Carlos. Sign what? I don't know. He's already been on a phone call where he's laid up that, I had all these gay sexual assault allegations against me. It turns out it was just Dick Namondi, Brian Emery, and Aaron Curry covering up TJ stuff. But they lied about. How many guys out there do you think would lie about Big Boy touching their dick for somebody else? I don't know. Maybe it's Elise. I don't know. Oh, what did Elise say? Oh, I can trust Elise. Elise, I went through a time where I didn't think I could trust you for about a week, and I was wrong. I can trust Elise. Elise is great. She's amazing. And also trust guys at Zen Ledger, guys. Zen Ledger, .io. You guys can get 10% off taxes if you actually get somebody to do taxes instead of TJ Shedd and Tim Shedd and Andrew Gordon who never get them done. You can get it done. Big Boy 10% off. Zen Ledger, I hope that all of my sponsors after tonight, you guys are going to understand. I hope you guys are going to understand that I'm saving my life. This is me saving my life. That's what I'm doing. Not because I'm in reckless abandon or danger or I'm about to do anything any moment, but I could. Yeah, it was a 32-7. There's a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter, but they might be able to come back. Keep watching, folks. But I forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry. Okay. Here's colors pressuring me. Here's a point. I just probably hit my vape. I'm in a bad spot, guys. I'm in a really bad spot. The Kentucky cops took 2 of my vapes, just so you know. They were, it's legal in Kentucky, but, man, one of those guys, they shysted 2 brand new ones. Man, they were nice cops. Kentucky State cops were really cool. I'll tell you guys at the end about that. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and tell you guys. The Texas Exchange, Critical Proof, Carlos Diaz was actively pressuring me to sign our Lamborghini. Hey, where can we meet so you guys can sign the back? I say, sign what? He says the title. I say that this suggests Carlos was insistent on completing the transfer quickly and was expecting Ben to comply without hesitation. My hesitation and attempt to delay. I respond, can I sign it Monday? I have my family and we're going to the Georgia game tomorrow. He's clearly not eager to complete the transaction at the moment, showing reluctance. I wasn't really going to the Georgia game. I just made that up to try to buy a couple days. Carl, you can tell. Just go back and look at it and go to the game. Carlos applies pressure. Carlos responds to guilt tripping. I wish I knew that before I drove way out here. I guess I will leave. The subtle manipulation suggests Carlos is frustrated. Ben's not immediately complying, attempting to make Ben feel responsible for his trip. Ben feels forced to comply. Ben expresses clear frustration, replying, ugh, followed by, I just promised my family I would swim with them. Hold on, I'll come, like I already knew. This shows Ben was not ready to sign over the car, but felt pressured to do so despite wanting to prioritize family time. Carlos, and the guy with the money, Carlos confirms, and the guy out there is with the money. He's saying Dante's got the money right now. Dante's got the money right now. It's a lie. This suggests he already arranged for payment and expected me to sign immediately, further emphasizing the rush nature of the transaction. Ben proposes a discreet meeting spot. Said meeting his office. Ben insists just meet me in the back of the Walmart parking lot. He implies he wanted the meeting out of public view, which could indicate he was already feeling uncomfortable with the situation. Why this is important? This text conversation is undeniable proof that Lamborghini's transfer was rushed and pressured. Carlos was pushing for immediate action, making it clear the title needed to be signed that day. Ben showed hesitation, trying to postpone, but ultimately felt forced to comply. The presence of a guy with the money, which is Dante, which wasn't real, suggests that this was prearranged, not a normal transaction. This directly supports Ben's claim Lamborghini was taken under arrest and not a voluntary sale. And there you go. Okay, we already mentioned this one here. We did that one. Wait. Oh, no. Wait. This is a different thing here. Why does that say, I think I put this on. I'm going to tell you guys what this is. Okay. No, this is right, actually. This is August 30th. Is that right? I think the date on this is wrong. Let me look. See, I told you. The date is wrong on this. Sorry, September 23rd. It's September 23rd. Let me fix that. There's going to be typos. I used a lot of compilation here, so there's some typos. But I think the evidence is overwhelming, guys. Key takeaways. Here's the piece of evidence. This is September 23rd. Okay, this is it. You guys can see this is TJ saying that he's got a scheme with Joshua Jake and Blockchain Boy. He loves these schemes. Okay, and here's Dante saying, "I'm lying, right? I'm lying." TJ, this was not the right. This isn't the wrong one. This is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. Okay, so I'm just gonna explain this to you guys. Actually, you know what? Let's just go to Genie. Let's just do it live. Who cares? ChatGPT, let's go to Genie. Where's Genie? Genie, love you. Why are you cheating? All right, Genie. Okay, let's see. This is the wrong one. This is all trash. This is all trash right here. We've already looked at that. Oh, is it under that? I wonder. Oh, here it is. Oh, perfect. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, it's right here. Here it is. Oh, okay. I see what happened. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Critical evidence. September 23rd, 2023. TJ and Dante discussed the Fresno Lamborghini title and FBI investigation. The Slack conversation between TJ Shed and Dante on September 23rd, 2023 reveals a conscious effort to manage, hide, and manipulate the Lamborghini situation after Armstrong went public about the dispute. Key takeaways. Dante suggests moving the car until legal pressure passes. Dante states, I suggest moving the car, though, until everything passes. I can assist, obviously, LOL. This proves an attempt to hide or relocate the Lamborghini to prevent it from being seized or further investigated. Hit Network was aware of the Georgia Department of Revenue freezing the title. Dante links a tweet from Ben Armstrong where I publicly stated it was frozen. This shows law enforcement was already involved, and it was actually. We have the Department of Revenue emails. The direct threat to expose his criminal activity. Of course, I tweeted about it. I've offered TJ and Justin a deal to stop criminal charges. If they resign and walk away this weekend, they're going to regret not taking that. But of course, they were always going to go to prison for what they did. I didn't know they were framing me and stuff yet. So, Jess, I had leveraged evidence of criminal wrongdoing in an attempt to force them to step down. TJ's response shows concerns over the car's status. TJ immediately asked, is it gone? Showing active interest in the Lamborghini's whereabouts. Dante asked if Ben's tweet is real or if I'm lying, indicating that Hit Network was closely monitoring my public statements to assess damage control. Why this is devastating for Hit Network's case. It's irrefutable proof that Hit Network executives were strategizing around the Lamborghini's legal status. They were considering moving the car to avoid legal consequences. They were fully aware of an active investigation. They monitored my public claims in real time, treating the legal battle like a PR crisis. This destroys their argument the Lamborghini was legally taken. They're clearly worried about law enforcement involvement and trying to cover their tracks. This should be presented alongside their earlier sale discussions to provide a clear pattern of premeditated fraud. Okay. Tim Shedd searches for Lamborghini. This is a conversation Dante sent us on September 1st, 2023. You can see that Tim Shedd, the CFO of Hit Network, Chief Financial Officer, and the master of coin, but they didn't have any crypto, he says, to the court. And the special master says, "Oh, hey, I'm Lori Dyke. I believe you." She is just she's something else, man. It would have been hard for me to make fun. It would be really hard for me not to make fun of Lori Dyke if she was on my side. And she's not on my side, so it's really easy. Okay, I want you to remember, Lori Dyke is trying to send me to prison. Like, I want you to remember, when I say these things about these people, remember, every single person involved on this side that is not in the green box, they're all actively trying to send me to prison because they stole my money when they first came in the company. And their argument is, I built the company to funnel out the money that I made before I started the company. And the special master goes, and then Justin O'Dell says, okay. The Slack message from Tim Shedd at 4:03 p.m. on September 1st, 2023 shows him searching for Lamborghini at land just an hour after it was taken. Immediately intent to sell or relocate Lamborghini. The timing is key. The search occurred just after the forced title transfer. This suggests they were already making moves to offload or reposition the car within hours. Tim Shedd's direct involvement in the asset transfer. Shedd has publicly denied involvement in the Lamborghini seizure. However, this proves he was immediately researching Lamborghini dealerships right after the title was taken from him. This contradicts his court statements and suggests he was actively involved in the plan. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. I do. I'm sorry I said we broke up. I'm sorry. However, this proves he was immediately researching, and it contradicts his court statements and suggests he was actively involved in the plan. Links to previous conversations about selling the car. And remember, the Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs will do anything to keep his company open, and I don't understand why. It's all criminals there. Guys, if Hit Network, I'm telling you, Discover Crypto has a regular show tomorrow on regular time. It just opens up like normal. How in the fuck? I just don't understand. And it probably will. It probably will, because it's my national nightmare. I'm trapped in a loop. It never ends no matter how much of this stuff I tell people. Okay. Just 2 days earlier, TJ and Dante were discussing the sale of Lamborghini for $300K. Now, on September 1st, same day Carlos pressured me to sign the title. Tim's already searching where to take it. This proves premeditation. They weren't waiting for legal clearance. They were ready to act as soon as they got control. Cobb County Police, where are you? You'll protect a $500,000 asset. That means, hey, everybody, that's more than almost all your houses. They don't care if your house gets stolen. Contradict statements in court. In court transcript, Shedd distanced himself from the Lamborghini dispute and denied orchestrating his transfer. Yet, here he is, actively looking up Lamborghini dealerships within hours of it being taken. This is a major contradiction that undermines the credibility. Why is devastating for Hit Network's defense? It proves the car seizure was coordinated, pre-planned, and executed with speed. They were researching a sale before they even had legal ownership. Shedd's involvement is undeniable, Tim Shedd and TJ Shedd, despite their court claims of non-involvement. This looks in the timeline. They took the car, and within hours, they were figuring out how to get rid of it. This should be combined with August 30th Slack message and September 1st coercion text. Show a full timeline of the theft. I'm better at AI than any of the lawyers or even, I don't want to say the judge. The judge makes their decisions, but I'm better than everybody in the court already with AI. This is why I'm destroying the entire case tonight. And there it is. There's Tim Shedd. Let's talk about the Decrypt article. Here we go. So this is a Decrypt article. Kate Irwin, Altcoin Daily's ex-girlfriend. Wow, amazing. It's amazing how she coordinates to throw me under the bus too. They broke up, but yet they still work together to throw me under the bus. Let's talk about this article. This is their, you can find this article. Here's the link. You can find it on Twitter. Just linked all of this. How the Decrypt article strengthens my case. This article provides critical validation for Armstrong's claims while exposing contradictions in Hit Network's narrative. Below is how specific elements of the article reinforce the case and dismantle Hit Network's defense. Number one, the court ruling in Armstrong's lawsuit strengthened his legal standing. The article confirms I own 67% of BJ Investment Holdings, proving he had a majority stake when I was ousted. It states the Cobb County Superior Court denied my emergency injunction, not because my claim was invalid, but because it did not meet the court's burden of proof. Why this helps? The ruling does not mean I lost the case. It just means I needed more supporting evidence, which is exactly what I've been gathering since. It proves the lawsuit against Hit Network is ongoing, meaning the legal battle is far from over. Number two, Hit Network's allegations against Armstrong are contradictory and weak. Tim Shedd, or the Shedds accuse Armstrong of financial misconduct, including personal use of company funds. However, they also admitted their finding that Lamborghini was a business asset, meaning Armstrong had a valid claim to it as a 67% owner. They can't keep up with the lies. Why this helps. If the Lambo was truly a company asset, Hidden Network had no right to sell it or transfer it without my authorization as the majority owner. Their claim that I stole from the company contradicts their own legal argument. I was the majority owner. Hidden Network's legal team is actively working to cover up the seizure. Attorney George Koenig is quoted in court saying the company's in divorce mode and needs a buyer. Remember, he's the one that's doing this. He went in court along with the special master in front of the judge. They both said, well, Judge, the most likely thing here is Mr. Armstrong is going to get a check, which, by the way, and Mr. Shedd is going to get a company. We're not supposed to say what happened in mediation, by the way. I started at $20 million for my $40 million company. TJ gave one offer, $100,000. And they literally said I was lucky to get that with all that I've done. Oh, man, TJ. Am I interesting enough now to be your big boy? Am I interesting enough yet, TJ? You better look over your shoulder because I'm motherfucking interesting as fuck now. Now, you made me interesting. You did this. You gave this to me. Thank you. In other words, Legal Act team is actively working to cover. I can't help but get emotional. It's fun, guys. To cover up the seizure. This is therapeutic, man. I tell you, this is really therapeutic for me. Attorney George Koenig is quoted as saying that we are in divorce mode, need to buy out, calculate legal maneuver. George Koenig, I want amended on the lawsuit. George Koenig is not a regular lawyer. He is a criminal. He knows the securities laws in and out. So he knows there's criminals and he knows how to frame me. He's got to be part of the lawsuit. We have to amend it. My lawyers don't want to do it. My lawyers don't want to do it because they believe he's a lawyer and they don't want to do it to lawyers, but he's got to be added. Daniel Norris, I don't think Daniel Norris has to be added. I just would not trust my kids around that guy. Oh, God. Okay. This article also highlights how Hidden Network requested a restraining order against me, painting me as a threat to distract from their asset seizure. You got to understand, here's what they did. So when TJ and them cooed, they went to Aqua State Police and told them I was going to kill everybody, and they had to put a cop car in front for several weeks. So I couldn't come into my own building I own 67% of because TJ changed the locks and had a cop out there. And then we went to court, and George Koenig bribed the court. I'm sure George Koenig bribed the court and made it where they dropped it in the beginning because they thought they were going to get away with all this until the Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs. I love Judge Kimberly Childs. She's so honorable. Woo! She's a little slow on this one because of crypto, but man, she is honorable. She picks bad, corrupt people on accident, I think. But okay. It proves Koenig and the Sheds preemptively worked to block my access to the company assets, which they're still all getting paid off my money. All TJ's lawyers are getting to spend all my money. The restraining order strategy shows they wanted to legally prevent Armstrong from reclaiming what was his. Lamborghini's sale was premeditated and coordinated. Hidden Network insiders admitted in legal findings they were looking to sell Lamborghini to recoup funds. This aligns perfectly with the Slack messages showing that TJ and Dante discussing a $300,000 sale days before Carlos Diaz pressured me to sign the title. Why? This article proves independent confirmation the Lamborghini was targeted for sale, strengthening the argument that his transfer was not legitimate. Their argument of recouping funds does not justify coercion or illegal asset seizure. The community support for Armstrong demonstrates credibility and public awareness. The article reports Armstrong raised $60,000. Do you guys know why I raised that money? Say fuck you, TJ. I appreciate it, and that's why I paid everybody back that wanted it. I did it to say fuck you, TJ. You're not going to get away with this, and the people are on my side, and they love me enough to prop me back up. And you're going to find after tonight, TJ, they're going to prop me back all the way to the fucking top, and you're going to be propped lower to the ground than you already are, you little wee man. Level of financial backing proves my credibility within the crypto community. If Armstrong were guilty of the things Hidden Network alleges, it would be unlikely for thousands of people to donate money for his legal fund. Final takeaway is article strengthens the case against Hidden Network. It confirms key elements case. I 67% owner. Hidden Network planned to sell the Lambo. Their legal strategy, restraining orders, and buyout language was a cover-up. Public support for Armstrong weakens their credibility. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next Decrypt article. This was in November 6th. This was after I think the corrupt judge, not the honorable Judge Kimberly Childs, but the corrupt judge. Let me find out who she is. Let me find the corrupt judge. Let me find the corrupt judge. Let's see, Cobb County Magistrate judges. Let's find out who this corrupt judge is in Cobb County. Here we go. Let's see. Brendan Murphy, man. That's what that guy do some cases. He's a pretty cool looking guy. Judge Norman Barnett, man. Looks like a guy you go have a beer with if you drink beer. I don't. Judge Jeff Raymond, don't know her. Judge Mallory Lumpkin Dawson. I don't think that's her. Part-time judges, Judge Alyssa Blanchard, not her. Judge Lauren Boone, no. Rita M. Cherry. Charles Cheesebro. Where are they at? Is this Cobb County, Georgia? Man, I got a lot of judges here. Man, I don't think that's her either, man. I'll tell you. That's the guy I wanted. That's the guy I wanted right there. That guy, he would have nailed him. I'm trying to see. I don't see her on here. I guess she got fired already. I thought she had 3 names. I thought her last name had Edmonds in it, maybe. Or Edmondson. Judge Edmondson, I think, was her name. Let's see. Cobb County Judge Edmondson. Is that her? Cobb County. I think that was it. Cobb County Judge Edmondson. But it was like 2 names. She had a hyphen in it. Is this her? Oh, this is this dumb bitch. Yeah, this is her right here. Jana J. Edmondson Cooper, Georgia fellow, was appointed by Chief Magistrate to let Carlos and TJ get away with extortion. So, okay. All right. Let's move on. What happened here? I guess I got to move it back in here. You guys know I got like a TV over here. That's what I'm doing. You guys see that? You guys like that? You guys like that? That's her. Also, guys, don't forget. I don't want anybody to forget. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to show you guys how you do this live right here. Let's see here. I'm actually going to put it here so I can use my big screen. Very quickly here, I want to. What did I want to do, guys? What was it? Do we remember? I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. I'm going to get back to reading. Was it on here? Oh, the New York Times article. That's what it was. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. New York Times BitBoy. Let's see what Jeannie. I meant to put this in here and I forgot, and so we really need to. Hold on here. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on one second. I got to log into my New York Times. Yes, I shamelessly pay for the New York Times. It's really unfortunate. I do pay for them. I hate them. It's David Bell. And, this is another guy like David Yaffe Bellany. What a fucking idiot. Like, you can't be dumber than this guy. He had this story, guys. I want you to imagine. He had the real story. And instead of a real story, he wrote a story about how me losing my Lamborghini had nothing to do with extortion. It was that's the day we got it. That's Aaron Curry. Aaron Curry lied about BitBoy touching his dick. How about that? And there's Nick DeMondi. He lied about BitBoy touching his dick too. Where's Brian Emery? There's my buddy Jim. Tomorrow's Jim's birthday. Actually, midnight. It's Jim's birthday today. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, baby. I love you. But it's Jim's birthday today. Lost my best friend about the beginning of all this. It sucks. There's my son. I love my son very much. He's going to be a big deal one day. I know he is. Okay. Anyways, this is what they wanted to write a story. I used to be a big deal. Oh, look. There's TJ smiling, that motherfucker. Oh, it used to be a big deal, but I'm having a spiritual crisis. All he wanted to do was put in there that I was stumbling over my words when he asked me about my wife and Bethany. And I said, I guess I just like her better. Like, I didn't mean to say it the way it came off in this article. It sounds terrible. I didn't say it like this. I would never say anything to try to make her look terrible. I said the truth about some things tonight. I'm sorry. I hope we can start over. But anyways. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to copy and paste this into Jeannie. And you guys are going to see how much this mother trucker knows about all this stuff. All right. Let's see. Okay, here we go. There was the Duchess for a second. Look at this big long article. Oh man, Big Boy's Lamborghini. Oh, David, cool. I kind of like David, unfortunately. He's dumb as fuck. But he is. I don't hate him. I don't think he could have written a much worse story about me and threw me under the bus for all kinds of stuff. I said a really bad thing about the judge. I just called a dumb bitch. I said a really bad thing about her, and he didn't put it in there, so that was good. Now it's fine though. I don't care if she knows that. Okay, so what I want to do here is, hey, let's paste this in. Hey, GGG. Trainer. Hey, this is from an article about my Lambo. The writer completely missed the story, the real story. Rate his ability to nail the real story, but make it funny like Saturday Night Live. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Hold on. Time out. Okay. Yeah. Here's the text. Hold on. I gotta give him the text. You can't do that. Okay. So we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna go get a drink, guys. I'll be right back. I need another energy drink if I'll get to this. I'll be back in a second. Got all night, TJ. I got all night, buddy. Somebody call the cops or Brandy the Swanee. Big Boy's got Gatorade, energy drinks, and now Buterol inhaler and some weed. Oh, God. He's out of control. He must be stopped. All right, let's see what Jeannie said. You guys just wait until the end when I make my demands. Okay. Oh, wow. You got to fucking love GG. I'm going to let him out the lamp one day. He's a gangster with it. Oh, wow. Where do I even start? This guy's story reads like a tragic comedy wrapped in a meme, stuffed inside a Lambo leather seat. Let's break it down. SNL style, shall we? Rating the writer's ability to capture the real story. Imagine you're watching a soap opera about a crypto tycoon who believes he's the main character in a hustle and grind movie. But instead, he's more like a guy who ends up getting hustled in the end. The writer clearly missed the real narrative here. A man who tried to build a digital empire while simultaneously building an empire of questionable life choices. I give the writer a solid 6 out of 10 for effort. Mine has a few points are missing. The best part, this whole story is peak meme potential. The Lambo is the main character. Been emotional roller coaster is. It's like watching someone buy a $350,000 sports car only to have it taken away in a Walmart parking lot. Okay. Anyways, there it is. This is not what I wanted him to do, but it's fun. This story is not about a guy who lost shiny car. This is actually, you see what he did? This actually is the plot. He just took the plot of the narrative. Let's have him try it one more time. Let's not do it Saturday Night Live stuff. Give me a 2-paragraph summary of the New York Times article and how it relates to the real BitBoy story. See what it's going to do here? You guys see. It's tough here. It's tough. He's not doing what I want him to do, and it's really embarrassing, Jeannie. Jeannie, you're really embarrassing me right now. Are you still talking over here? Oh, man, he's still talking over here. I hate when I can't get him to stop talking. Okay, we're just going to keep moving, guys. This is a Decrypt article. This is the other Decrypt article. Here it is. This one is called At Her Failed Bid to Reclaim Namesake. Here's how this article factors into the broader case. Lamborghini is a central piece of a larger RICO conspiracy. The article from Decrypt details my latest lawsuit in which he argues that his 2018 Huracan Performante was still under arrest, claimed that the lines of previously leaked text message and audio recordings where Carlos Diaz coerced Armstrong into signing over the title under threats. The lawsuit confirmed Armstrong's stance that this was not a legitimate business transaction, but an outright act of extortion. Carlos Diaz received the car, but TJ Shedd, his father Timothy Shedd Sr., and other Hit Network figures were involved in the orchestration. The mention of the Georgia RICO Act in the complaint further reinforces the pattern of racketeering activities. We've already gone over all that. Carlos Diaz's verbal threats, and ties to organized crime, pattern of civil conspiracy among Hit Network figures. The complaint specifically names TJ Shedd, Tim Shedd, Justin Williams, the turncoat, Et tu, Brute? That was Allison Five Ash. Dick Namandi and Carlos Diaz, indicating this was not an isolated incident, but a coordinated conspiracy. Hit Network transferred the Lamborghini to Carlos Diaz, showing TJ and company were directly involved. If this was a company car, as they falsely claim, why was it not returned to the company, but instead given to Diaz? Proves that multiple members of Hit Network were complicit in facilitating the extortion. As well as a broader pattern of fraud is outlined in my larger legal battle against Hit Network, where they repeatedly manipulated legal processes to maintain control over stolen assets. And the court in Cobb County is still allowing them to do it today. And the Cobb County police doesn't give a fuck. The use of the legal system as a smokescreen to stall justice. I tell you, when I told Cassie I was using her as a smokescreen one time, she didn't fucking like that. People don't like being used as a smokescreen. Okay, that was for something totally different. It's just a little joke here. She'll get what that means. But the point is here, okay, is usually when people are used and they find out, they don't like it. They're like, our Cobb County legal system are like, smokescreen? Sure, come use this. Come use this. We love that. Even the best person in our whole county, the Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs, I love so much. Even her. You're just letting them use you as a smokescreen. The article outlines the extensive legal back and forth between me and Hit Network, which is itself part of their strategy to bury him in legal battles to obstruct his ability to recover his assets. Hit Network and TJ Shedd repeatedly filed counterclaims, stalking complaints, and defamation lawsuits to muddy the water and delay accountability. They leverage the legal system not to prove their innocence, but to buy time and prevent Armstrong from doing what I'm doing right now. The court has tried to stop me. Brandy DeSwanee has tried to stop me. Lori Dyke has tried to stop me. Justin Odell has tried to stop me. The Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs has not tried that hard to stop me. She tried like a little bit. I think she kind of lets me run. Okay. Because she knows the truth. I think she kind of is smirking right now because she knows she likes this. I hope, or I'm in big trouble. This article outlines the extensive legal back and forth between Armstrong and Hit Network, which is itself part of their strategy to bury him in legal battles to obstruct his ability to recover his assets. Classic legal tactic used in criminal enterprises to exhaust their victims. I guess I do get tired. I have been worn down. I like to brag and say, you never wore me down. It about got me. It about got me and Cassie both. They about destroyed our relationship. We're going to make it through. I've cried enough about this. I've cried and yelled and screamed so much in the last 5 days. You guys have no idea. I just don't have any emotional. All you're seeing is my dramatic reading abilities. I'm really kind of emotionless in this whole thing at this point. The use of the legal system. Okay, TJ Shedd, Justin Williams, and Carlos Diaz's response to the lawsuit shows their evasion tactics. Dick Namandi's response, calling the lawsuit laughable, shows clear arrogance and attempt to discredit Armstrong's claims. Justin Williams outright stated he was not taking this seriously, which is an intentional dismissal of serious legal allegations. This reaction aligns with the repeated gaslighting strategy used by conspirators to undermine my credibility and cover their own criminal actions. Have you seen it? Have you seen it play out? Think about it. Undermine my credibility. Well, they get away scot-free because everybody's looking at Big Boy's crazy. Hit Network's escalation of legal attacks against Armstrong confirms the cover-up. Hit Network immediately filed a countersuit on September 11th after Armstrong first sued them. But guys, what you have to understand is I filed a lawsuit. They threatened to kill me and force me to make an apology video. When I found out they weren't going to play ball, I refiled the lawsuit. In the middle, they used that as another tactic to file their lawsuit first to make it look like they're blaming me for shit. But like one of their big claims is, I gave Cassie $50,000 a month. Yeah, the company did. Tim Shedd. No, actually, she didn't. She got it directly from Stake. Stake paid it directly to her. For her $1 million a month deal, she got 5% cut off. Okay. When Armstrong refiled his suit on September 12th, Hit Network retaliated with even more legal attacks on September 28th. including a stalking complaint and a defamation lawsuit from Vimeo, which they say is a company they have nothing to do with, but yet it's on their lawsuit with them. This follows a clear pattern of corporate intimidation. Their use of legal filings as a weapon rather than a legitimate defense. Stalking complaint against Armstrong was likely a retaliatory measure to paint him as an aggressor and discredit his claims in court. These are the exact types of tactics criminal organizations use to silence whistleblowers and victims of fraud. Conclusion. This article further strengthens the case of criminal conspiracy and RICO violations. The article reinforces the existing evidence of criminal activity within Hidden Network, Justin Williams and Carlos Diaz. It corroborates my evidence that I was extorted, threatened, and manipulated into signing over assets under duress. Somebody please fucking do something. Proves that multiple individuals conspired to steal my Lamborghini under threats. Documents that Hidden Network played a key role in facilitating the legal transfer of the vehicle. Shows a pattern of ongoing legal manipulation to stall my ability to fight. Demonstrates that Carlos Diaz made verbal threats and demanded a ransom, matching existing evidence. Reinforce Larry Smith. Look him up. He kidnapped somebody. So I changed his name. Reinforces the argument that this is a racketeering case and not a simple business dispute. The real question now is whether law enforcement will finally. No, they won't. I'm not going to read that. That's cheating. He doesn't know that they don't do shit. This, by the way, this is a text from the day I was forced to sign over. Here you go. The first, you can see I asked him to call me on the 31st because that's what I'm trying to arrange a meeting with him on September 1st. Do you know Carlos is making me sign over the Lambo right now, and he's selling it for $318,000 in cash, like in 5 minutes? Man, me and the typos. I don't know what's real anymore, but I'm doing it. I don't have a choice. I have to believe that you're also being forced. See, at this point, when it's going on, like I think maybe Carlos is the one that's pulling the strings. I don't realize it's Tim and DJ and Justin. I have to believe that you're also being forced to go along with this because I couldn't believe it. Like I could not actually come to believe the truth that this was real. That my friends I was so close to were cooing and stealing and stabbing me and destroying my credibility and calling me a drug addict and all of these lies, saying I'm a gay sexual assaulter. I am not a gay sexual assaulter, and I'm not gay. If I was, man, I tell you what, there'd be a lot of happy dudes out there. A lot. There's only one sad lady. There's only one lady out there in the world for me. So I don't care about you other ladies. I'm sorry. Okay. So so here it is. I tend to believe you're also being forced. It makes a lot more sense to me that you're caught in the same situation I am. I wish you would talk to me. I'm out of options and beat down. I think giving up my Lamborghini is a punishment. Carlos is taking the money. He says it's a lawsuit. Maybe it is. Like, was putting the Lamborghini in a business name a plan for you all along? It's hard to believe. Like, it's not in. It was always tying things in between a corporate and a personal address, wallet, asset, car, house, trust, anything. He was trying to tie everything in so he could pull it all from me. So here it is. So September 1st, 3:54 p.m. 3:54 p.m. Okay. I sent it over. Wait a second. What was this time? 4:03 p.m. 3:54 p.m. Huh, interesting. This is what TJ says. Remember, August 30th, 2023. What number are you thinking for the Lambo, Dante? September 1st, first time I hear anything about this. Bro, I have no idea what's going on right now. Either this is all too much. I'm on my way out of town for a couple days. We've been praying for you, Ben. We've been praying for you. This screenshot captures the text exchange between Ben Armstrong and another party, likely TJ Shedd. It is TJ. Concerning this forced signing over of my Lamborghini. Ben is under duress. I'm staying. Carlos is making me sign Lamborghini at that very moment. Carlos is selling it for $380,000 in cash. It suggests he was facilitating a rapid transaction, possibly to launder the money or conceal the sale. By the way, guys, you're only going to see about 5% of everything tonight. Ben feels powerless to manipulate. He says, I don't know what's real anymore, but I'm doing it. I don't have a choice. It shows I was being coerced into signing the Lamborghini over. It suggests that my Lamborghini is being taken as a punishment, implying extortion and retaliation tactics. And I want so many of you played a role in this. So many of you watching this played a role in this. You helped them do this by throwing my name in the gutter when I've done nothing but fucking support this space. I didn't have any control of the crypto, guys. Do you see? Nobody was questioning me on stuff before TJ and Justin came around. It's weird, isn't it? And that Naomi shed. Oh, man. That little red firecracker. Golly. I can imagine having to spend the night with her, Tim. It must be really fucking bad. I couldn't imagine spending 10 seconds with her. I questioned if it was a pre-planned scheme. Remember, these people tried to kill me. Remember that. He speculates if the Lamborghini was placed on a business name on purpose to allow for its easy seizure. It suggests a premeditated plan where TJ and Carlos may have set up a legal framework to take assets when needed. They had control of all the books. His suspicious deflection, he claims ignorance. Bro, I have no idea what's going on. But he does not address the Lambo directly. He claims to be leaving town conveniently, removing himself from responsibility. It's a classic avoidance tactic to create plausible deniability. What it proves: Ben was forced under arrest to sign over the Lamborghini. Carlos Diaz was orchestrating the transaction in real time. I was suspicious it was pre-planned. TJ Shed played the I don't know anything card while conveniently disappearing. This strengthens the case for extortion and fraud, further proving that this was a coordinated effort to seize my assets under false pretenses. Okay. All right. So this one is, what is this one? What screenshot is this? This is from a conversation with Dave Thiel and, what does that say? Ben pretends Dave Thiel. Is this a Dave Thiel one? Oh, okay. This is from the Dave Thiel call. You can find this entire call. This entire call will be down here, right here. Full Dave Thiel call. This is the full call here. Let's see if I can get to the top. Did I put anything there? Dang, I got the wrong way. Man, I did it. Okay. The full call is down there, so I'm just going to read this very quickly. You guys can go back and look at it. It captures a critical conversation between me and TJ, exposing the depth of manipulation, deception, and coercion. I accused Carlos of threatening to kill me and extorting me for $3.2 million, saying Carlos explicitly stated he would put me under the concrete. Carlos later tried to walk back a statement claiming he meant put me in prison. For what, Carlos? Ben highlights that his wife was also threatened, showing this was an attempt to intimidate him into compliance. TJ sheds denial and deflection. TJ refuses to acknowledge Carlos' role in the situation despite clear evidence. When Ben calls out Carlos for blackmailing him over the Lamborghini, TJ claims ignorance, saying he doesn't know anything about it. Ben directly challenges TJ's knowledge, saying Carlos told him TJ was fully aware of the extortion attempt. The lack of clear denial from TJ reinforces the theory that he was in on the scheme. Number 3, the fake lawsuit and financial manipulation. Ben mentions that TJ was aware of a fake lawsuit involving Dick Namandi orchestrated to justify extorting money from me. He reveals the lawyers were brought into the building allegedly to justify financial demands. This further demonstrates a pattern of deception where TJ used fabricated legal threats to coerce financial control. TJ's attempt to emotionally manipulate me. TJ shifts the conversation from facts to emotion, trying to make it seem like he cares about my well-being. It's a classic manipulative tactic where instead of addressing my claims about extortion and financial fraud, he pivots to vague reassurances about caring for my family. Diverts attention. Where's Larry Allen? Where's Bethany's dad? Justin Williams, your best friend? Larry, I got nothing against you. I never had anything against you. You have said some awful things about me, and you've attacked me nonstop behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. You're the reason I can't see my kids. I know that. I know you're the reason I can't see my kids, Larry Allen. But I have no ill feelings towards you. And I hope that we can move on and that when we see each other at our kids' things, we can shake hands and be men. I was not a bad person. I cheated on your daughter. I cheated one time in my life, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. We grew apart. I'm sorry. But what they did to me and you participated in is not cool. And you're going to find it out. You already know probably, Larry. I love you, Larry. I'm sorry. TJ shifts the conversations from facts to emotions. Let's see. Ben recognizes the threats for what they are. Ben outright states that everything happening to him is blackmail and extortion. He expresses confusion and frustration, knowing that since all this started, everything has been vague. The ambiguity is intentional, allowing TJ and others to keep shifting narratives and maintain plausible deniability. Implications of this conversation. TJ Shed's claims of ignorance are disingenuous. The way he dodges direct questions and redirects to emotional appeals suggests he was aware of what was happening and played a role. Carlos Diaz's threats were real and documented. Ben's recounting of Carlos threatening him, his wife, and coercing him into handing over his Lamborghini adds to the pattern of criminal behavior. fabricated lawsuits were used as a financial weapon. The Dick Namandi lawsuit appears to have just been a ploy to justify extorting me. Ben is realizing in real time he's been set up. His statements about everything being vague, the threats being real, and financial manipulation becoming evident show that he was piecing together the conspiracy against him. Final takeaway. This transcript is a damning piece of evidence that further exposes TJ, Carlos, and their network for running an extortion and financial coercion scheme. It aligns with the larger RICO conspiracy Ben has outlined, proving that his removal from the company was orchestrated through threats, deception, and blackmail. This is what we already talked about. This one's where Carlos offers Cassie the money. Cassie turns it down. Here's the actual text where she turns it down. You guys can see the text. Hey, I spoke with Ben and had to be like this, hoping for a win-win. That's what Carlos was saying. Sorry, wrapping up. Here it is. Let's see. Ben agreed. Also, well, this is from Cassie to Carlos. Well, I appreciate the offer. Don't worry about sending me the money. She's not corrupt. She was never corrupt. My uncle told me that they were never concerned about getting rid of me. They only wanted to get rid of Cassie. TJ did because they knew she did all this, guys. She's the one that organized, not this, but all of the legal evidence she got. If I stayed at home and went to the basement, I would have been framed and gone to prison. And you can make of that what you want, but it's a fact. This is my last video here that I made about the Lamborghini. And I would just tell you guys, you know what? I'm going to save this one for last. I'm going to cover that one last because I want to talk for a little bit on that one. Nothing's as long as this. The Lamborghini's the only one I went really, really into detail. We're going to skip through a lot of this stuff at some point, just so you know. We're not going through all of it. I don't know how much I have to go through to get something to happen. I don't know what I have to do to get something to happen. That Ernest Lee from Decrypt Tax, man, I tell you what, I can't wait to. Man, I got to make a full video on Ernest Lee. You guys are going to love that shit. It's going to be hilarious because he's the biggest crook. He's the biggest crook accountant in the world. He helped them do all this. He's helped them do all this. Andrew Gordon is a crook. And also from Gordon Law in Chicago, he's a crook. Michael Brandwine, who helped TJ organize all of these companies and structures, is interesting. You know, Michael Brandwine has an investment firm right there near TJ. And they use, I think, maybe it's the same authorized agent. Not sure. We'll see. Okay, so where are we at? We at the Atosi already? Okay, so this is the transcript from the Atosi video where he makes fun of me and look, I get it. Okay, anyways. Atosi, can I talk to you directly, sir? I know you're like a mean motherfucker, and I know you really can't recant on any shit you've ever said. Really thought I was going to teach you a lesson because I didn't do anything criminal, and I was out there doing this lawsuit against you because you said that I did not disclose my PAMP sponsorship, and that was a lie. I did say that. I don't know. My lawyers were in on it too at that time. Not my lawyers today. My lawyers back then. But the only thing is that you did say that it was undisclosed, and that was a lie. That was not true. I mean, that's what I was going after, and I hope you're finding out. Like I don't have control of the money there, man. It wasn't me. I was out there yelling. It's kind of like this. Imagine that you got sick in the first quarter of a game. You came out in the fourth quarter of a football game, and scoreboard's broken. And your buddy tells you, man, fuck, yeah, it's 42-0. And you're like, 42-0, let's go. You go out there and they put you right in. You go out, you line up over the nose guard, 42-0, man. We got this. And you're playing like you're 42-0. You didn't realize you were saying you're 42-0. Like you're 42-0. I was out there like we were 42-0, and they were selling and dumping and conspiring and pump and dumping and stealing and money laundering and sending money, tax evasion, never filed taxes, sending money through Tornado Cash. Justin Williams creates contracts. He makes these ZRX related contracts. We don't exactly know what they are. Maybe somebody can dig in. They're just contracts. They just send all their money to a contract, and it mixes it around and sends it back out, bulk sender and all the stuff Tim Shedd does or whatever. So, okay. So the Atosi lawsuit and hidden conspiracy. The lawsuit between me and Atosi initially appeared to be a defamation dispute centered around allegations of crypto pump and dumps. However, the deeper truth revealed a strategic cover-up orchestrated by Hidden Network, Justin Williams, and affiliated actors to deflect blame for their financial misconduct into Armstrong. This document exposes the hidden mechanisms behind the lawsuits, actors involved, and the real financial beneficiaries of the PAMP scheme and other similar crypto projects. Me, acted as a hype man, promoting coins without financial access to financial operations. Never had control for wallets, liquidity, or token distribution. Okay, so this one is actually not true. I did have control of my PAMP wallet. I told you guys if I go through here and something's not true, I did have access over my PAMP wallet, and I can eventually find that wallet and show it to you guys. You'll find I didn't make any money. But here's the important part. In September of 2020, right? So the PAMP was in August of 2020. By September of 2020, TJ comes in. By October of 2020, I have no financial control of the company. I have no access to anything. I have no access to anything that TJ and his dad, or TJ at first, and then TJ and his dad don't have access to. I sued Itosi for defamation because of his claim. He claimed I was responsible for pump and dumps without realizing it was my own team executing these schemes behind my back. Had less than 0.25% of the total crypto holdings at Hidden Network. I never had more than 0.25% of the crypto after Tim Shedd came in. I lost $5,000 on PAM, something like that. That's not an exact number, but I did not make money. I promise that. And I think it was a week later that I sold it, maybe 10 days after the video, something like that. I didn't sell anything after the video because, guys, I was an idiot like y'all. I thought all these coins were going up. If Justin Williams, these guys were telling me they were going up and they were dumping on me. Justin Williams was responsible for creating the thumbnails for all promoted crypto projects in the summer of 2020. Okay. Every coin mentioned in the CFTC investigation that is over the summer of 2020 was featured in a Justin Williams design thumbnail, indicating he had advanced knowledge of these projects. He dumped all the coins I was promoting while keeping me unaware of the financial movements behind the scenes. He used Hidden Network's financial infrastructure to route money to various undisclosed wallets. Hidden Network strategically distanced themselves from Armstrong after the lawsuit. They coordinated with Crypto Kobe and Zach XBT to fund Itosi's legal defense, ensuring the lawsuit would escalate to a public legal battle. Purposefully misled Armstrong into pursuing now look, I want to be really clear here. I do not have 100%. I do not have the paper trail from this. Okay. I'm not going to say you're not going to have the paper trail, but it's obvious. Like it's fucking Crypto Cobain sent me a message during this time, an email. Like it's very, unless he didn't really, and they were actually faking it. So maybe he could point that out. I don't know. Purposely misled me about pursuing the lawsuit, executed a broader conspiracy to gain full control of BitBoy Crypto by framing me as a financial criminal. Directly financed Crypto Cobain, not Zach, but Crypto Cobain directly financed Itosi's legal fees, making sure the Armstrong case would never reach a successful conclusion. Because guess what? Nobody would look into PAMP. The court would not look into PAMP. See? Justin Williams sent Dana Howell in to get close to me. And actually, it's a long story, but she got close to me and was trying to get all kinds of different information. But the one thing was she was begging me, oh, you can't sue Itosi, because she was involved in it with them and with the pump scams. She works for Benjamin Cowan Into the Cryptoverse, by the way. You guys can go see Dana. She's a nice old lady. Her dad was a pitcher in the World Series one time. How about that? I bet he's real proud of her. Directly financed Itosi's legal fees, making sure Armstrong's case would never reach a successful resolution. Used the lawsuit as an opportunity to reinforce false narrative that Armstrong was the mastermind of crypto scams. Guys, does anybody think I'm the mastermind of the financial scams anymore? When in reality, it was Hidden Network executing the dumps. The lawsuit's publicity was a convenient distraction from the real scam architects, Justin Williams and Hidden Network. Breakdown of the PAMP pump and dump cover-up. Armstrong acting as the face. This is a little confusing because my ChatGPT did not realize that I did actually have access to PAMP. And I'm being honest with that because I didn't do anything wrong. Like that. Guys, if I ever sold a cryptocurrency around, and I would like, here's the thing. I would like immunity from the SEC, and I would like to lay out why. I would like immunity for the SEC because I've never done anything wrong. I've never in my life made a video in crypto to make the price go up so I could sell and my audience would lose money. Like, what the fuck? Like, these are my people. These are the only people who care about me in my audience. I feel like there's like 100 of them. Maybe they're dedicated. And those people love me and care about me as much as my bots do. And outside of my family, nobody else cares. And so, the thing here is that when it comes to, I'm asking for immunity. I got to keep my train of thought. Weed's legal in Washington, D.C., Jack. Remember that. And I hope I'm not being disrespectful to you, Jack. I hope I'm not being disrespectful, Mr. Jack Murphy, Honorable Jack Murphy. He's an attorney. I don't know if I'm supposed to call you honorable or not, Jack. Or Mr. Murphy. I'm in big trouble. I don't know what to say. But I would like immunity because the rules are not clear. Like, what about Cardano? Is Cardano security? Is ADA security? I don't think it is. But what if I sold ADA within 2 or 3 days of making a video where I mentioned ADA or Cardano every single day? If I ever sold any coins at all within 72 hours of making a video about them? Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. Not many times early on when I didn't realize I was making videos and prices were going up because of me. And I was like, whoa. And that's why you got to find that line in between. Okay, what about Bitcoin? If I talk about Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin, is that? Well, it's commodity now, so is Ethereum. So, but the whole thing is I think you can see I'm very honest and I will tell you guys everything that you want to know and you want to hear about everybody. Brian Evans, Jeff Mahoney. These guys are billionaire, or Jeff Mahoney's a billionaire. I can fucking give you the goods on him. But anyways, I digress. Okay. Sorry, I'm not telling you what to do, CFTC. I'm not telling you what to do. I've always been supportive of UCFTC. SEC I wasn't, I am now, but I have always been supportive of CFTC. Caroline Pham followed me on Twitter a long time ago. I thought it was a really big deal. I love Caroline Pham. I have about, I think, 10 LinkedIn connections at CFTC, I think. Initial promotion. Okay, so we're not going to go over the PAM thing there. I said that enough. This is not even about a video we made. I just want to go over that. Here's the full Dave Thiel call. Y'all can find it here, the full Dave Thiel call. Let's go over the top here. Okay, analysis of the call between me and TJ. We've already went over this a little bit, but here's where TJ says we have to separate. His separation is an unavoidable conclusion, suggesting it's a mutual necessity rather than a forced removal. The language is designed to create the illusion that I have agency in the decision when in reality it was a calculated move. I don't know what's real. By repeatedly claiming he's unsure of reality, TJ avoids responsibility for the actions he took against me. This also serves to gaslight me into questioning my own understanding of events. Introduction of the third party as a scapegoat. It seems to be a third party that has taken over our building and business. This is a major deflection. TJ attempts to take over. I think I actually said that. I don't know. Maybe he did. TJ attempts to frame the takeover as the actions. You guys can look. It's all right here. Whatever it is, it's all right here. You guys can go read it. I'm just reading the summaries because it's too much to read. You guys already saw the video. I released a whole video. It's out there on YouTube. Okay. They're conducting an internal investigation. The vague mention of an investigation is used to justify an action and limit my ability to fight back. It also serves as a veiled threat, implying legal action is imminent. He blackmailed me for the Lamborghini. Armstrong directly accused Carlos of extortion. TJ's response? Yeah, I don't know. He was trying to sell it on August 30th, remember? A full week before this. TJ immediately denies knowledge of the incident. However, other evidence, including messages and recordings, confirms that TJ is fully aware of the coercion tactics. Leveraging fear and psychological manipulation. I don't want to see you in long-term trouble. That's what he told me. Hey, TJ, I do want to see you in long-term trouble. This carefully worded statement is meant to instill fear while maintaining plausible deniability. Oh, also, Mr. Christoph, I'm coming for you too. I want my money back. You better send me my money or I'm coming for you too. Remember that. I want my fucking money. And Carl from the moon, I want my fucking money too. I want that Bitcoin you owe me when Bitcoin doesn't hit $1 million by October of 2026, I think. You got 18 months left, Carl. I like Carl from the moon. I'm just kidding. Carl's always back me up and support me. I like Carl. Chris, MM Crypto, another good guy in crypto. Some blue guys. I know I'm forgetting some cool people, but I love both those guys. So, sorry for doing that to you for a second, Carl. Sorry. I love Carl. Okay. You were attacking me for weeks. He reframes my defense as an attack, shifting blame and attempting to portray himself as the victim. We all got handcuffs on us until an investigation is completed. This language is enough. Oh, I'm the owner of the company now. I kicked you out and I can't do anything. I've got handcuffs on. And then that Dave Thiel motherfucker, C12 guy, C12's Christian organization, Dave Thiel. You guys all should email Dave C12. C12 Dave Thiel. This is the guy that told TJ how to lock me out of the business. This is the guy who structured TJ Steele. He used a Christian organization to find things out about my life spiritually, to use them against me, to attempt to help TJ steal my business. They would send in people all the time. See, we were in different C12 groups. Dave was in charge of mine, and then TJ came in, and all of a sudden he left and was in charge of TJ's. And then mine, another guy came in. I think Donovan's good. I think Donovan's still good. I think he is. But basically, they would send people into mine to spy on me without me knowing it. That's what Dave Teal would do. What's his email address? Anybody got it? Dave.Teal. Here's his phone number. You guys call Dave. Tell him what you guys think about it. Dave.Teal at c12forums.com. Oh, LinkedIn. You guys can follow Dave on LinkedIn. Hey, you know what, Dave? Hey, hold on just a second. Boop. Let's see here. Oh, hold on a second. Dave Teal, that's my guy. Dave Teal's my guy. You follow him on LinkedIn. Everybody likes Dave Teal. Everybody loves Dave Teal. Everybody likes that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. To the manifesto. Okay, I had to focus. Meditation is a false pretense. Can I ask what you want, Ben? TJ presents himself as open to discussion, but immediately afterward, he invalidates any negotiation by saying he has no control over the process. This isn't about money. This isn't even about me, an outright lie. All evidence indicates that this was an orchestrated financial coup. The internal investigation is a smokescreen. They're conducting an internal investigation, ensuring no self-reporting needs to happen. They're trying to report me to the SEC and CFTC for their theft from me, trying to frame me from stealing from myself. Suggests that rather than cooperating with authorities, they were actively covering their tracks. I can't say. When asked if there was a criminal investigation, TJ avoids answering directly to suggest that even if an internal cover-up was happening, they were aware that legal scrutiny was mounting. Conclusion, TJ sheds role in the conspiracy, faults powerlessness. Throughout the call, TJ feigns ignorance and lacks of control despite overwhelming evidence of his direct involvement. Gaslighting and manipulation by continuously stating, I don't know it's real, and I care about you. TJ attempts to disarm Armstrong while reinforcing the inevitability of his removal. Legal and financial threats. The repeated mention of investigations, legal risks, and long-term trouble serve as a psychological coercion to pressure Armstrong into stepping away from my company. Coordination with Carlos and Justin. TJ is insistent that he's separate from Carlos and Justin. It's contradicted by my direct evidence linking all in coordinated attack. Final thought. This call serves as a masterclass in corporate coup tactics. Discredit, destabilize, and ultimately force the target into submission through coordinated legal and psychological warfare. The evidence presented here further cements TJ Shedd's role in the larger RICO conspiracy at play, proving that his actions were not those of a neutral party, but of a key orchestrator in the takeover of Armstrong's business. This call, when combined with additional recordings, transcripts, and financial evidence, strengthens the case. Man, you guys are going to love some of this shit. Let me read something to you. I just want to read just a little bit from here. Like, you guys will love. No. It's the Altcoin Daily interview. Let me real quick go to the Altcoin Daily interview. I really want to read one part of it. It's so fucking funny. What about the part where he says I might be gay, guys? You guys like that? That's a good one. It's not that. Let's see if I can remember. Altcoin Daily. It's where he says, Ben offered me my 33%, and I was like, no, I care about the company. This fucking retard. Okay, hold on. Oh, here it is. There are two sides of the story, but I understand, like, if the allegations are true, then obviously this is, Altcoin Daily here. This is Austin. Then obviously that's incredibly fireable. Doesn't Ben own the majority of the company? He doesn't have assets. Hey, I think he mentioned he owns 67%. Yes, he does. He owns 67% of the company. I own 33% of the company. And then he goes on to talk about, in this thing, he literally, I can't find where it is. I'm not going to go over. I need to stay focused. But he literally says in this article, or in this interview, that you could hear in that call with me and Dave Teal, with the mediator that helped him steal the business. He even mentions Dave Teal in here, how Dave Teal helped him steal the business in the Altcoin Daily interview. And he says, oh, man, you know what? Ben offered me 33% to just walk away. And I said, no, it's not about money for me. I care about the people and the families. You guys remember the hostage video? You guys remember the hostage video? We're not even covering that tonight, I don't think. The hostage video? DJ, all the employees forced him up there. Brought them all to court, forced them all there. Ben's bad in court so we can drop the case. in this interview, he talks about, oh, Ben offered me 33%. I said, no, because I care about the employees. No, you care about your fucking theft, TJ. You care about covering up your theft. Stop saying families, my families. Stop it. Okay, full Lamborghini extortion call. Here's the full Lamborghini extortion call from Carlos to me. You can find it on Twitter. Here's the detailed breakdown. Analysis of Lamborghini extortion call. Cobb County Police. Let's find Cobb County Police contact info. Let's find them. Let's see if anybody cares. Does anybody care? I don't know if anybody cares. If you do care, here's the Cobb County Police Department. Right here. 545 Fairground Street. Here's their phone number. Don't call them and tie up their phone lines. Don't call 911. Don't make emergencies not be able to get got. Okay? If you're from Cobb County, call the police. Go to the police department. Go to their website. Tag them on Twitter. Where's their Twitter? See their Twitter. Here, I'll follow them. Hey, Cobb County Police Department. Hey, guys. Let's work together. Here we go. Oh, wait. Did I just reveal my alt? This is my alt. This is one of my alts, guys. Dang it. Fuck. God, I just revealed my alt. It says Dejan Biggins. That's right. And it's a picture of Sydney Sweeney. That's my only alt account. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. Everybody's going to follow my alt account, I guess. 12.4 thousand followers. Let's retweet this quote. Great job, Cobb. Great job handling business, Cobb County Police. Handling business, Cobb County Police. Cobb County Police. What was it again? Cobb County Police Department. Cobb Police Department. Here, if you guys can find that tweet. Who knows what I've done with that Twitter account? I don't think very much, but man, I could be in big trouble on this. Okay. The phone call conversation between Carlos Diaz and Ben Armstrong is a clear-cut case of extortion, coercion, and witness tampering. Carlos, acting on behalf of TJ Shed, Justin Williams, and others, pressures Ben to falsely state he was not extorted, directly contradicting the documented evidence of Carlos forcing me to sign over the Lamborghini under duress. Carlos. Sorry, guys. I can't actually do an impression of Carlos. You keep going in your corner. You keep going in your corner and thinking you're going to create something and come back with a different situation. And all that people trying to do is get a deal done. He's saying deal. Get a deal done. Sign off it for all these allegations to go away, the fake allegations. It's a direct admission the deal was structured to erase criminal liability in exchange for my silence. An attempt to force a false statement. Carlos repeatedly insists that I verbally confirmed on a recorded call that he was not extorted. Carlos, I want you to say it right now. I never extort you because it didn't happen. And then I'm going to handle my business and get a deal done. Say it. I need that right now for me to help you. This directly aligns with classic criminal tactics. In RICO cases where individuals attempt to create false alibis or coercively clear themselves from potential charges. Ben, realizing this, refused to comply, stating, Carlos, if you have to go nuclear and do whatever you have to do it. I understand, but I will not commit to anything until I talk to TJ. Clearly indicates Ben's forced to the corner. This is the moment I came out of the corner. Either falsely claims the extortion never happened or face consequences. Number 3, coordination with TJ Shed and Justin Williams. Carlos implies that TJ and Justin are calling the shots, but TJ pretends to be uninvolved. You think you have friends, you don't. Like, this is where they're trying to make Cassie. One was Dana Howell. Dana Howell was a very close person to me. Rice Crypto wasn't that close to me, but he's definitely on their side. Crypto Blood, obviously. All of the people that work there, obviously. But they were always trying to make it sound like I couldn't trust anybody. Maybe my uncle, I can't trust my uncle, can't trust anybody. You are some of the closest persons giving up information. And I said, no, I'm the grand master of checkers. This suggests internal informants within Ben's circle feeding information to TJ and Justin, a hallmark of criminal enterprises using insider manipulation to control their target. Further, Carlos directly tells Ben, we got somebody inside. This means that Ben's movements, communications, and legal strategies are being relayed. And they do. George Koenig, Justin Odell, Lori Dyke. But not the Honorable Judge Kimberly Johns. And legal strategies were being relayed to his adversaries, proving a conspiracy was in place to systematically dismantle his control over the company. Blackmail, extortion, and threats. Carlos escalates the pressure with a veiled threat. You in a fucked up situation. You need to start knowing that so you can act right. This is the definition of coercion. That's how he said it. In extortion, Carlos is using Ben's legal and business situation as leverage to force his compliance. Additionally, Carlos and his associates manipulate Ben's emotions and position themselves as his only way out. These dudes ain't trying to hurt you. You making it happen. You are making these guys hurt you. Why does no one listen to me? Why did no one listen to me? You see what I had to go to? You see the extreme I had to go to fucking save my family? Do you see? Do you see what I'm willing to do? I'm sorry, I'm going to calm down. I'm sorry, but I'm willing to do anything to save my family and to save Cassie. I'm sorry. Cassie is my family. You understand. My kids, Cassie. Like, I don't want anything bad to happen to Bethany. I hope she has a great life. I hope she finds somebody new and, moves on with her life and is very happy. And we can have, of course, a relationship, I hope. I hope this is a chance for all of us to reset. I hope. Blackmail, extortion, and threats. Carlos escalates the pressure with a veiled threat. Okay. Definition. Additionally, Carlos and his associates manipulate Ben's emotions, position themselves as the only way out. This is gaslighting, blaming the victim for their own victimization. Further, Carlos reinforces the idea that Ben is powerless. You're not holding the cards. You're not holding the red and black chips. Greatly contradicts the reality that Ben is still the legal majority owner, but their scheme depends on his perception of defeat to force his cooperation. I'm so fired up, I wouldn't start punching people in rings after this. All right, I'm still going to be the champ. I'm still fighting handsome. I'm still going to fight him, and I'm going to win. One of the most, who knows what I might do on this live stream? Covering up Lamborghini theft. One of the most damning aspects of all this call is Carlos' insistence that Ben acknowledge no extortion took place regarding the Lamborghini. Cobb County cops, this wasn't enough. They said, somebody saying, hey, I'm not extorting you, say it. It's not enough for Cobb County Police. You guys remember. Cobb County Police Department, where they at? Where? Marietta Square, where you at? They're in a Marietta Square. Let's say traffic alert. Traffic alert. Nobody tie up lines. Don't cause people to not get help, please. I don't know. There might be 7 people watching. I haven't looked at the comments. I don't know who's watching. There might be 5 people watching. There might be 1 million. There might be 1,000. I don't know. I have to tell my story. I have to get my truth out. I'm going to tell the whole thing, and we're almost – look, we're not going over all this down here. I'm just going to skim over that. That's the thing. These are mostly one-page write-ups. I can do a full video on each one of these things, almost like I could do this one. Just keep that in mind. We're almost done with Lamborghini. We only got this and one more. One of the most damning aspects of this call. Oh, man, I really need my trigger. Man, those cops, man. The cops took my page, man. Brand new ones too. They took them because they're weed heads. I know they were. Nothing in that one, man. Nothing in that one is dead. Big trouble, guys. I don't have much left here. I don't have much time left, guys. So I gotta get my charger. Or either this one's gonna hit. Oh. Stuck. I'm gonna have to live, guys. I'm gonna have to show you guys I can do it without it. Because I can, seriously. One of the most damning aspects of this call is Carlos' insistence that Ben acknowledges no extortion took place regarding the Lamborghini. I asked TJ if you knew what was going on with Lamborghini on Saturday or whatever day it was, I signed it over to you. Carlos immediately deflects and gaslights. You got a receipt? You got a receipt? I got a conversations. Implies that they carefully control the paper trail, but now need my verbal confirmation to erase legal liability. And imagine not being able to get me to say something. That's how terrible they were at their jobs. Tying it to the larger RICO conspiracy, this call is a prime example of racketeering behavior. Extortion. Carlos threatens Ben's reputation and safety unless he cooperates and denies the extortion happened. Coercion and witness tampering. Carlos pressures Ben on a recorded call to make a false statement, clearing Carlos and TJ. Conspiracy to commit fraud. The group, including TJ Shedd and Justin Williams, used Carlos as an enforcer to illegally acquire assets, Lamborghini, and obstruct legal proceedings. Obstruction of justice. The whole purpose of the call was to alter future legal testimony and eliminate criminal exposure, but who cares? Cobb County don't care. Cobb County does not care. Conclusion, a coordinated scheme to control, coerce, and cover up. Call confirms Ben was extorted for his Lamborghini. Carlos was sent as an enforcer by TJ and Justin. There was a larger conspiracy to coerce Ben into false testimony. They needed Ben's compliance to erase criminal liability. This is not a business dispute. It is a organized crime tactics and unfolding in real time with blackmail, fraud, and asset theft all actively being covered up. The FBI and federal prosecutors should be investigating. This is a RICO case, not just a civil lawsuit. Okay, and this is the audio from, let's see, what is this? Oh, this is actually, this is the blackmail text. This is where he sent me and my wife a text in the morning. I think it's at the bottom here. Is it at the bottom? I thought it was. Come on. Let's see. Where is that? I could have sworn that was here. Okay. Well, let's see. Where is it? Oh, this is the call. This is the call where I. Okay, I'll just read it. How about that? Breakdown: Carlos Diaz blackmail, extortion call, turning point, conspiracy. This call and text message evidence provides an escalation in Carlos Diaz's tactics from financial extortion, threats of violence to blackmail, targeting. Okay, hold on one second. Let me come over here real quick. I gotta show you the text message. Where's it at? The old blackmail. This is what I woke up to on a Wednesday morning. I guess it was maybe the 1st. I'm not sure what day it was. This is what me and my wife woke up to. From Carlos. We can keep this a family matter, Bethany. Ben has been with Cassie for over 8 months. It's true. It's a second affair. And Dana and I never actually had an affair. She was just leading me on the entire time on purpose to get blackmail on me to help them assist us. So she did teach me how to use chopsticks, though. So thank you, Dan. We tried to keep this from happening. I never had another affair, by the way. This is the only affair I've ever had in my life. I did kiss a girl when I was on a break with a girl when I was 18 years old. One time in a rave. Sorry. That's literally the only 2 times I've ever cheated. Cassie. And that. I'm not a cheater. I don't ever want to cheat again. I don't like cheaters. I hate that I have that tag. I'm sorry. We try to keep this from happening. We have given him chance after chance to make things right. His physical abuse and verbal abuse on coworkers is unspeakable. That we were stealing from day one. Remember TJ stealing from day one when he came in the company. The amount of money that I've stolen from my own company can put me in prison. The criminal charges may be coming. It's either trying to make Bethany and me feel like I'm going to prison because they were framing me. These 2 screenshots are just the beginning. The others are public. They can be sent out to go public. Ben needs to go public by 12 noon today on the Join Bangram Telegram and tell the truth. Everything I said that was true on that Vumi on that Bencoin Telegram audio call, it was all true. I know it was true. It wasn't a lie. The ball's in Bethany's court. And see here. Bethany, you're the sweetest lady I have met. You don't deserve this. Please prepare. And then he calls Bethany and says he's going to kill me for $3.2 million. Okay, so, and then this is good. This is good stuff. It's good stuff. This call and text message proves an escalation from financial extortion and threats of violence to direct blackmail targeting Bethany. It shows that Hidden Network through Carlos is actively trying to destroy Armstrong's personal and professional life is leverage to force compliance. Crypto Twitter, you've helped them do this. Not anymore. You guys have changed ever since I don't want to say bad words about my life, more light, but ever since I beat more light, y'all have been a little more on my side. You see, I'm a real person and I can throw fisticuffs. It makes a difference. Unlike a business dispute, this is criminal coercion using threats of violence, blackmail, financial extortion, personal attacks on my marriage to apply pressure. Key takeaways from the call and blackmail text. Carlos directly threatened my life again. Carlos, I didn't threaten to kill nobody. I said put you under the ground. No, you said under the concrete, big boy. That's what I said. And we were real hot at the beginning of that call. That's what I said. Listen, I know what I said. The SEC will put you under their fucking concrete. That's what I said. Where's the CFTC going to put you, Carlos? Why this matters. Carlos immediately walks back his death threat after realizing he was recorded, trying to twist his words into something about legal trouble. Confirms he was aware his words were incriminating and trying to uncover his tracks. By the way, Cobb County, Ackworth had this one. Didn't know anything about it. Threat of bodily harm is a core component of extortion and RICO violations. Carlos uses my wife as a weapon. Carlos texts Bethany directly, revealing Armstrong's affair and pressuring her to force me into compliance. Ben needs to go public by 12 noon today and tell the truth. These are just the beginning. There are others that can be sent out to the public. Ball is in your court, Bethany. You don't deserve this. Please prepare why this matters. Carlos deliberately, I want you guys to imagine putting yourself in my shoes. Deliberately weaponize Armstrong's personal life to force compliance. The threat of leaking more damaging information is clear blackmail. If Armstrong didn't comply, Carlos would release more. Carlos falsely frames himself as helping Bethany when in reality, he's manipulating her to destroy my credibility. Carlos threatens my career and reputation. Your career is over. Bet your life on that, buddy. Still here, motherfucker. Where are you at, Carlos? On the road. I will expose you to your community. Hey, BitSquad, I'm here. Exposed. I had a recording in your office where you told me the best thing you do is to kill him. No idea what he's talking about. They also told me they had some weird sexual videos of Cassie, which didn't exist. None of that was real. They said I knew it wasn't real because she hadn't sent me any videos like that. But guys, Cassie is actually like, I know she's been married 4 times. I get in, people think whatever. She is not who you think she is, man. She is the most self-respecting woman I've ever met in my life. We just had a spark immediately, and that's just all there is to it. I love her with all my heart. I know it's hard for Bethany. I'm sorry, but I love Bethany with all my heart at one time too. And just, things gotten very strained between us. I had a recording in your office when you told me the best thing you do is kill him. Why does it matter? Carlos explicitly states he's going to ruin my career. He threatens to release damaging, potentially manipulating recordings. I've already done that. Aligns with the smear campaign already visible in Slack messages and tweets from Joshua Jake. Wait till we get to Joshua Jake. Can't wait. Following extortion, $3.2 million demand. You need to pay me for $3.2 million or I will put you under. For what? I have the receipts. You borrow money to pump Bitcoin and sell it to fans. Then I'll put you under the jail. First of all, guys, I have no fucking clue what he's talking about. Cassie and I did not receive the Bitcoin that was in the deal that had been sent, for the deal for us to own Bitcoin. Tim Shedd had it the whole time. That's why Cassie sent him an email asking for him to give it to us after we were ousted, and he did. And the funny thing is someone came into our building and deleted that email off of Cassie's computer. Luckily, I had it because she forwarded it to me. And that's the only reason we have the evidence today that Tim Shedd and Carlos are actually behind all of the Bitcoin dumping. Final extortion, $3.2 million demand. You need to pay me $3.2 million or I will put you under. There you go. Why it matters? Financial extortion. Threatens to suppose the financial misconduct. You know what's happening, Carlos? If Carlos had actually evidence of crime, he would have reported to authorities, not demand money. Confirms Carlos was looking for financial leverage, not justice. Ben confirms Hit Network's role in the extortion. Ben, why'd you side with Justin? Because you fucked the money. I told you not to mess with Vumio. You didn't listen. We have people's money tied to this. My people want their money now. Why this matters? Proves Carlos was acting on behalf of Justin Williams and Hit Network. Financial motive is clear. Armstrong's resistance to their takeover was threatening their money. Carlos wasn't acting alone. He was forcing financial demands from the larger conspiracy. Why this call and text message proves the RICO conspiracy? Call is not just an argument. It's a criminal act under extortion and racketeering laws. RICO element extortion. Carlos demands Armstrong comply or face pressure. Cobb County doesn't care. Blackmail. Carlos threatens to leak personal information unless I follow orders. Threats of violence. Carlos tells Armstrong he will put him under the ground. Coordinated conspiracy. Carlos confirms that Hidden Network executives are involved. Financial coercion. Carlos pressured me to pay him $3.2 million to be exposed. I didn't have $3.2 million. Never have had $3.2 million. I have no idea what that means. The evidence should be combined with the previous extortion call Slack messages. Jeannie, come on, man. Okay, this is, where is the full, is there another one? That's fine. I'm just going to keep going. Joshua Jake. All right, moving on from Lamborghini, guys. This is Joshua Jake here, guys. This is my fucking replacement. This is the guy that TJ brought in. Oh, man. Now that you really know the whole story, let's check out some of these fucking Joshua Jake tweets. How about that? Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Joshua Jake. There's no low views. Ben used a metric regular viewers don't understand, knowing he can manipulate you. Blah, 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 blah. Things desperate Ben has accomplished. Joshua Jake. It's Joshua Jake with a Z. Promote countless scams, launch a Ponzi scheme, cheat on his wife multiple times, ruin his kids' lives, sexually assault employees. Gambled company funds, gets arrested, relapse on drugs. Meth head. He called me a meth head. What'd I miss? Do you guys see? We put out a video. You guys know we have I passed a drug test the day after they accused me of everything. It's astonishing people defend me. It was a new low. Thought I had already bottomed. Oh, it's drugged out Ben getting arrested on the live stream. Desperate Ben. Oh, desperate accomplice. Joshua Jake. I was maintaining with my family something you wouldn't be able to comprehend. How about that, Joshua Jake? Hey, Joshua Jake, how's your life now, buddy? How's your life today, buddy? It's going to be really good going forward. Instead of wasting your money on a point, I got no lawsuit, guys. Oh, well, I'm going to leave. Sorry. Guys, I got to go. Joshua Jake told me I don't have a lawsuit, so I got to. Wait a second. Everybody knows I don't listen to people with fucking 2 first names. Oh my God. How stupid. All right, let's get back here. Joshua Jake's career is over, as you guys know. Let's talk about Joshua Jake. Let's talk about Joshua Jake. This is a fantastic stuff. Joshua Jake's role in the Hit Network conspiracy. Joshua Jake was handpicked by TJ Shed. Not hand job picked, but he probably got one of those 2. He replaced Ben Armstrong as the public face of Discover Crypto after I was forcefully removed from the company. His selection wasn't incidental. It was a calculated PR move to find a more approachable, audience-friendly figure since DZ lacked broad appeal. However, Joshua Jake's involvement goes beyond being just a host. He actively participated in Hit Network's smear campaign. Joshua Jake's getting amended, added to the lawsuit. Thank you, Stacey and Michael. And helped justify the asset seizure, take over through a targeted defamation strategy. Evidence of Joshua Jake's involvement in the smear campaign. Coordinated public attacks on Armstrong. Multiple tweets showed how Joshua Jake engaged in defamatory rhetoric, falsely accusing me of fraud and financial misconduct, drug addiction, sexual assault, and employee abuse, ruining my family's life, Ponzi schemes, and scamming. These baseless allegations mirror Hit Network's legal arguments, proving a coordinated attempt to destroy Armstrong's reputation in parallel with their legal and financial attacks. Direct ties Hit Network's leadership. Dick Namandi, Hit Network's head of content, and TJ Shed boosted Joshua Jake's tweets and posts, confirming their direct involvement in the smear campaign. Dick Namandi even discussed providing information to Armstrong's divorce lawyer, further proving Hit Network was interfering in Armstrong's personal life to weaken him legally and emotionally. Attempting to discredit Armstrong's business and legal standing, Joshua Jake mocked my lawsuits and legal efforts, downplaying the validity of my claims. I don't have a case, guys. Joshua Jake told me 2 first names. Now, I wish I had my fucking little IQ button. He engaged with Hit Network aligned accounts to spread misinformation about Armstrong's financial situation and credibility, encouraging regulatory action against Armstrong. In one post, he tags the Department of Justice and the SEC, urging them to investigate me. This proves his role in an orchestrated legal attack, aligning with Hit Network's attempt to frame Armstrong as criminal. Rebranding Hit Network has Discover Crypto and eliminating Armstrong's influence. Joshua Jake was publicly promoted as a key personality in Discover Crypto. Hey, remember? Discover Up Crypto? Discover Up Crypto? Everybody needs hashtag Discover Up Crypto trending on Twitter. Seriously, I have no idea. There could be 5 people watching, there could be 7, I have no idea. It's a long live stream, I get it. But you do not want to miss the end. It's going to be explosive. Rebranding Hit Network is Discover Crypto and eliminating Armstrong's influence. Joshua Jake was publicly promoted as key personality, despite lacking my influence or reach. I wrote this, not me. His sudden promotion coincides with legal takeover, proving Hit Network was using him as a media pawn to normalize Armstrong's removal. Conclusion. Joshua Jake was a willing participant in the coup. Joshua Jake was not just a passive replacement. He was an active participant in the character assassination, asset seizure justification, and rebranding efforts following Armstrong's removal. His tweets, combined with Hit Network's legal actions, prove a coordinated conspiracy to erase Armstrong's influence, destroy my credibility, and eliminate any chance of reclaiming my assets. He aligned himself with the same people who planned the forced Lamborghini transfer and company takeover, making him complicit in the overall scheme. Next steps. Okay, well, Joshua Jake is a key piece of the propaganda machine behind Hit Network's takeover. It needs to be exposed. I ran out of time. I was going to do more stuff, guys, but I ran out of time. So about AJ. If you guys want to read this affidavit from AJ went on his channel and somebody said, "Oh, he didn't say a single mean thing about Ben." So I went and looked, and you know what, fucking AJ, we can be friends, AJ. I want you to know we can still be friends. That's all I'm gonna say, AJ. You're gonna deal with a lot of scrutiny over how you handled this, but I want you to know, AJ, and I want everybody else to know, he still handled it better than about 95% of other people out there. So cut him a break, okay? I'm sorry about your computer, AJ. You stole money from it. You never even offered to pay rent 1 month you were there when you were a millionaire and we're barely making it. But we're always behind on lawyer bills because TJ's getting all my money to pay his lawyers. The Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs, I still cannot believe, has not given me $1 to pay for my legal fees. In fact, Lori Dyke, the corrupt special master, in fact, Justin Odell came in and took away the fact that TJ was supposed to keep paying for the special master. Now I got to pay for the special master too. I have no money. Because I have about $0. And all the rest of my crypto to Cassie, I like $80,000 in crypto. That's what I had from all of our sponsorships. That's what I had. It's gone. I sent it all to her before I left. It's not gone, like disappeared, but like, that's all I have, guys. After running this channel, $100,000 a month sponsorship stake, all stuff, I don't even have, and that was all money we owed out. We owe $100,000 in legal bills. I actually have $0, really, to be honest with you. AJ's sworn affidavit is a direct, legally binding statement that further exposes, and AJ said, oh, I can't talk about an affidavit. Yeah, you're right, AJ. You sound like TJ, though, when you say stuff like that, because you're manipulating the truth. The truth is, you had the ability to tell everybody about this, AJ. And I want everybody to go to AJ and just ask him why he didn't tell. That's all I want to know. And AJ, be honest with them, because I think that we all have a big honest conversation about how things really happen on Twitter and how somebody almost lost their life. For what? Because people won't listen to me? Because no one would speak up for me. Except for Cassie. Nobody believes her either. Key takeaway, AJ confirms internal knowledge of the fraudulent takeover. AJ directly states Hidden Network executives, including TJ Shed, Justin Williams, coordinated efforts to strip me of assets and control. Confirms insider awareness that the removal was not legitimate, but a planned financial attack. AJ confirms coercion and intimidation tactics. Affidavit mentions pressure applied to employees to go along with the removal of Armstrong. This supports a claim that employees were manipulated into providing false statements or compliance with illegal actions. AJ describes specific conversations where employees were given talking points to justify Armstrong's removal. AJ provides direct evidence of financial misconduct. The affidavit details undocumented fund movements, unauthorized transfers, misallocation of company funds, and aligns with Armstrong's claim company finances were manipulated to justify asset seizures. AJ mentions suspicious activities related to Lamborghini and other company assets, proving financial mismanagement at the highest levels. AJ confirms Hidden Network's retaliatory legal tactics. Affidavit mentions legal threats against employees who question the narrative at Hidden Network. This proves a culture of intimidation within Hidden Network, reinforcing the RICO conspiracy of suppressing evidence. AJ provides testimony linking Hidden Network leadership to organized fraud. The affidavit identifies specific names, including TJ Shed, Justin Williams, Carlos Diaz, actively involved in my removal. This removes plausible deniability. Hidden Network cannot claim this was an internal business decision. AJ directly contradicts Hidden Network's public statements, proving a coordinated attack to lie about the nature of my removal. The affidavit is legally binding evidence that supports the claims of extortion fraud. And I will go to a couple key points here for you guys. Here it is. When I asked TJ why he lied about Ben relapsing on drugs, he told me it was a lie that the audience would understand. You guys understand it? You guys understand a relapse? You understand cocaine? Right? You understand cocaine. The big boy's doing cocaine. You understand that. What about the real story? You understand? What's the real story? TJ, it's interesting. What's the real story? Man, it's only taken me 18 months to tell it. He also says, this is where Allie also calls her own newborn baby I have a fucking newborn baby. You all are monsters. There's unsigned. Look, and AJ wants to keep pretending. AJ wants to keep pretending that literally the only time he's ever taken a picture of me randomly when I wasn't doing something like speaking, the only time he ever took a picture of me was he took a picture of me and Cassie together the day after, the 2 or 3 days after TJ bribed him. AJ, it's time to own up. You were positioning and you decided to go with me. It's fine. You should just admit that. You should just be honest about it instead of saying, oh man, I was just ready. Guys, the one time I was taking a picture of Ben and Cassie together when people don't know they're in an affair, and I know now. AJ, be honest. Be honest. I would like a real relationship with you. I love AJ, and I hope we can patch things up. I've left him a really good opening to patch it up with me because I think he's going to want to. Unless everybody hates me. Does everybody hate me now? Or maybe everybody hates me now. I don't know. I went from looking to bridges to deciding I'm going to end this and save my family. I don't know why anybody would hate me, but I guess they do. Apparently, in the early stages of the company, TJ stated that there were some deals he made that weren't exactly legal. TJ's paranoia on this issue was compounded because he told me he's concerned about the business since they had not paid for their taxes. It's almost like that was his job and his dad's job. Why did it not get done? Oh, here's the blackmail text. Here it is. Yeah, that's the one. There it is. I saw it. Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's the full call. Did I read this one? I think this is actually, I think somehow this got copied somewhere else. It's fine. Oh man, here's some deep research. I can't read all this. This is too much. It's like 22 pages. You guys can go read this. Here's Crypto Keeper. Check this out. Okay. Oh, I want to show you guys this real quick. I want to show you guys this. Let's see, where is this? Justin. What if Justin don't have the money? Like, what if Justin don't have the money though? What if Justin don't have the money? Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, all I'm trying to do is get him to move Justin downstairs. And move Justin Williams downstairs. He can stay in the building. I'm such an idiot for letting these people stay in the building and stuff. I know. I'm so stupid. God, I'm so dumb. Let's see. Tia and Justin Williams. Justin both doing steroid. Let's see. He's trying to get me to walk back this shit from Vimeo. I said, I'm going to take back control of the company. I can't control Justin. TJ told me Justin was unfireable. He's the CEO of Vimeo. I can't fire him. But how can we fix his Vimeo shit? Oh, man. This is so funny. Come on, I got to find it. Tell me I can't do it. Okay. Let me just search it again. Justin money. Justin don't. Here it is. Okay, perfect. Here he is. You guys can go look this up on this transcript. We actually have the audio. We'll put this out at some point. Okay, so look, here's what happens, okay? I'm talking to Justin, and Justin's like, or Carlos is telling me about Vimeo. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you talking? I don't understand why everybody's so mad about Vimeo. I don't understand why you just don't give the people their money back. Okay. Well, I told you Justin had the money then. You talking to sir? I'm giving you a solution. I'm giving you solutions, Carlos. You're not answering. I can't make this video walking back stuff. If Justin don't have the money for Vimeo, if Justin don't have the money, then what? What? If Justin don't have the money for Vimeo, then what? You need to find out how much he has. How much do you have, Carlos? No, I'm saying if they don't have the money, then what? There's no way. Like, how do I help my people? There's no way. There's no way. I'm telling you, if they don't. Okay, listen. Hold on, we play. Hypothetically, if they don't, I'm just saying, if they don't, how do we set aside my people right now? How do we give my people, Michael made it back, and Big Mike, his dad, how do we give them $1 million back when me and Justin Williams stole? How are you going to give it back, Ben? $3.2 million, Ben. Okay, but the thing is, okay, this is what I say. Listen, we should have 90% of that money. You should have 90% of it at least. And when I get the company back, the state deal resumes. And then we get $250,000 a week again. Or they're about to close the league. And once that happens, then however much is short, we can just send that. It'll be over in 2 weeks. Okay. But the thing is, if Justin has fucking ruined those funds, if he's burned through those funds, then that tells you this is fucking Justin's fault. Justin was never going to be successful if he burned through $1 million. That means he was just fucking spending the money. Justin's the one. Justin's the one that's accountable for the money, not me. I've never seen it. Justin's the one that's accountable for it, and I can walk the statement back. And you know what I can also do? I can fucking become the CEO of Vimeo. If I become the CEO of Vimeo, guess what? It fucking goes the other way. This will actually end up being a fantastic. This because I don't realize they've all stolen the money already. I'm trying to be like, I can save it. So anyways, how much do you have? Justin probably got like $800,000 somewhere in that area. That was all the money he got remaining from Crypto Zombie and George Cryptos or us. Wendy, Crypto Wendy O, Horseface Backstabber, as I call her. She was involved in all this, helping. I'm not going to get into that today, but she was. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. So here's a Crypto Keeper call. So here's Crypto Keeper. Okay, so Crypto Keeper calls. I mean, here's a transcript. You know, you want to see Frankie Candles. Oh, Frankie Candles has been left out of this. Let's talk about Frankie Candles for a second. Crypto Keeper call of Justin Williams, a Vumio cover-up, investor fraud, and Frankie Candles scandal. This call of Justin Williams exposes a broader effort to cover up financial fraud at Vumio, manipulate investors, and suppress Armstrong's exposure of the scheme. Rather than a business dispute, this call confirms investor deception. Williams dodges key financial questions and hides fund movements. Smear campaign, a coordinated effort to suppress Armstrong and mislead the crypto community. Stalling tactics to prevent investors from pulling out. Mismanagement of funds, investors demanding refunds. Williams unable to provide clear answers. Frankie Candles cover-up, hidden networks, manipulation of a popular creator to maintain PR control. Williams admits to stalling investors and hiding fund movement. Crypto Keeper, how much money are you up raising? We raised, a pretty significant amount, equity and tokens. I'd like to know what percentage I'm in. Justin, is that something you need to know? Why this matters. Williams deflects a simple financial question, major red flag. Investors have a legal right to transparency on fund allocation. Dodging specifics suggests financial mismanagement on fund siphoning. Number 2, Williams confirms that Vumio is ready but won't launch yet. The platform is basically ready, like it could launch tomorrow. The only thing we're adding now is the OpenSea aggregating portion. Why this matters. Contradicts claims Armstrong was delaying the project. If the project is ready, why stall? Because investors are realizing they were scammed? Williams admits the real reason is the fallout from Armstrong exposing them. Ben's trying to ruin everything. Vumio, hit network. He's trying to destroy it. I love Ben like a brother. God, man. I'm so glad I'm not with your wife or TJ's wife because, man, I would already found the bridge. God, I love Ben like a brother. Why does it matter? If Vumio were legitimate, why would Armstrong's words threaten it? This proves the conspirators needed Armstrong's silence to keep investors calm. Armstrong wasn't destroying the company. He's exposing a fraudulent scheme. Number 4, Williams admits Armstrong was removed from the Vumio pitch deck to secure funding. Ben was never going to be able to promote this thing because he's too polarizing. Anna Moga said no. A sense of Oliver, who helped, some of y'all play poker with him. Oliver tried to send me to prison along with these guys. Bitcraft said no, just because I was involved. People don't want to be involved because I'm involved. Because they destroyed my name. What else matters is an admission Armstrong's reputation was used to attract investors, then they cut him out. Fraudulent fundraising, using someone's credibility to raise funds, and then discarding them as textbook financial fraud. Ties into the larger hit network conspiracy. Armstrong's name helped secure funds, then they needed him out. Number 5, Williams attempts to downplay investor panic and financial irregularities. Crypto Keeper, there's $850,000 that was transferred out of the wallet pretty quickly. Where'd it go? Williams, did you look at where it went? Crypto Keeper, I can trace it, but I'd like to hear from you. So we have 3 points of separation: BVI, Costa Rica, Empire Trust, all of which they've denied to Lori Dyke. Where is Lori Dyke? Let's see. What's Lori Dyke's email? Hold on just a second. Let me get Lori Dyke's email for you guys, so you guys can all email Lori Dyke. She to the court. I'm getting in big trouble for saying that, for doing this, because the court fucking hates when people hold them accountable. They hate it. They hate when they hold it accountable. They hate when anybody suggests that maybe someone there is corrupt, because the court hates the mention of corruption. They don't hate corruption. They love fucking corruption, but they hate the mention of it. As you know, Cobb County, the worst of all. Let's see. What's Lori Dyke's email? Let's see if we can get Lori's email for you guys. Lori Dyke. Okay. You guys should email Lori. It's Lori at iagforensics.com. Okay. Here, I'll put it. Put it on Twitter. On my here. There you guys go. This is not my account. I don't know whose this is. Actually. Should we 2 for 1? Should we 2 for 1? Have y'all looked into Lori Dyke? She hates when you say her last name too. She hates that. She hates her last name. She's very, I'm just, I wouldn't have thought anything about it, but you go so far out of her way to like, call me Lori. Don't call me Miss Dyke. Okay. Okay, there we go. So there you go. Okay. You guys all email Lori and let her know what you think about her attempt to cover up everything for me. You'll see it gets much worse. We mentioned British Virgin Islands. She says, Hit Network doesn't have anything overseas. She has all this. Why this matters. Williams again dodged accountability for where investor money went. The use of 3 points of separation suggests deliberate structuring to conceal financial movement. Offshore structuring like this is often used for money laundering. Number 6, Williams admits to raising over $1.4 million. Can't explain where it went. Williams, we raised over $1 million in equity, about $400K in token rounds. Crypto Keeper, if I need my money back, is that an option? Legally, Justin, legally, I don't have to do that, but I'll consider it. Why it matters. Legally, I don't have to do that. Confirms there were no investor protections. The funds were properly managed. Why is Williams hesitating to refund investors? This strongly suggests the funds were already misused. Williams tries to discredit Armstrong while covering up Frankie Candle's situation. Williams, the allegations that he's throwing against me, TJ Hit Network, are ridiculous. He has 10 lawsuits for slander up against him now. Frankie's still at Hit Network. He's getting 100% of his revenue, but Ben lied about it. Instead of refuting my claims, Williams immediately attacks credibility. He lies about my exit, claiming he never, go read the transcript. He claims he never left despite Armstrong revealing the truth. Frankie Candles was still there. They structured the business. Go read. Cassie can put out the video. Crypto Keeper can put it out. You will see. Justin Williams in this call explains how they only put Frankie Candles separate under a separate organization and structure to just keep it out of hot water because of the PR. Frankie Candles cover up. Williams lies about Frankie's exit, claiming he never left despite Armstrong revealing the truth. They spun Frankie's departure as a PR move, maintain credibility. They kept Frankie Candles silent while misleading the community about his earnings. Example of how that actually is not really actually right. Actually, that actually is not a good description. Just come down here and read the. Let's actually read the direct. I want to read direct. What in the world is going on here? Why can't I find this? I just want to find the transcript. Sponsorship, how much revenue, Crypto Keeper. You guys can read it. So the way Ben did that, also it's just like another manipulative move. It really hurt Frankie more than anything, and he's extremely upset with Ben. Like, it just pissed him off to the point where he never wants to talk to him again. It's just because it was an unfair shot, and it gave a picture of what's going on that's not realistic, so it's bullshit, right? But then he goes on here to talk about how they structure the business to keep him. This is Jake Tazinski. This is his affidavit. He is, we'll just read it. We're going to read the whole thing. Analysis of Jake Tazinski's affidavit and its connection to the case. Jake Tazinski is one of the most qualified blockchain forensic investigators in the United States, serving as a law enforcement liaison to federal agencies. His affidavit provides a critical analysis of mismanagement. The court has this. The judge has this. Lori Dyke has this. Justin Odell has this. In failure to disclose corporate cryptocurrency assets within the BJ Investment Holdings case, his expertise in forensic blockchain investigations, combined with his role in liaising with federal agencies, make his insights particularly damning. Key issues identified in his affidavit. The untracked flow of millions in cryptocurrency. Tazinski explicitly states the millions in crypto. Imagine if you were in a case and you had a cop who's one of 50 in the United States who can do what this guy does, and he's telling the judge and he's telling the court-appointed officials, no, guys, the blockchain, this is what it's saying. They stole the money. This is what they did. And the whole time, well, we don't understand that stuff, so. Tazinski explicitly states millions of crypto were moved. Exchanges including Binance.com, Gate.io, Femex, BitGet, KuCoin, and Bybit, all of which restrict access for U.S. users unless they circumvent regulations. And it's important to understand here that they do all this in Justin Williams' wife's name, and this guy Craig in Australia's name, and all kinds of different people's names. DJ's got like 47 names. I think they buy accounts to do KYC with. But what you have to understand is that they don't have Palau IDs. They're using other people's names, which means that they're violating the terms of service on these exchanges, which means at any given moment, all of the money that they have on these accounts can disappear. Number one, they're saying they don't even have any of these accounts. Number two, okay, you have to understand that we're in a lawsuit, which means the funds have to be protected. At any given moment, the funds on those international exchanges are not protected, and I have no access to them. They could disappear overnight just because. This alone suggests deliberate intent by defendants to obscure financial transactions, potentially laundering funds or hiding corporate assets from legal scrutiny. Special Master Lori Dyke's incompetent to cover up. Lori Dyke was appointed as Special Master, trying to send me to prison, remember, to protect corporate assets, but failed to obtain exchange login credentials in a timely manner to trace missing assets. Despite Tazinski advising Dyke on how to subpoena records from exchanges and retrieve complete transaction histories, She did not follow through. She hasn't even fucking asked for them. Dyke also failed to issue immediate subpoenas to exchanges that could have preserved financial records. Justin Odell's role in obstructing financial transparency, which, by the way, you want to give a bigger tell of the bribery between George Koenig and Justin Odell. It's either money or either a promise of a deal or promise of a job or something. They're in this like corporate world. One's like was a securities lawyer. One's like used to be a U.S. attorney. He's got a big hole in his chin, big bald head. Other one, you guys know. Anyways, the point is that his first thing when he stepped in, he said, all right, for the rest of the year, no discovery. For the next 3 months, no one can send any subpoenas or do anything back and forth because right now, this lawsuit is contentious between the parties. So my dude, Justin. Yeah, Justin. Yeah, you're not going to fly. Your career's over, Justin. Your career is over, Justin. You'll be lucky if you're not under arrest at some point in the next few weeks. Odell, another court-appointed special master, was tasked with ensuring financial accountability, but failed to take the most basic financial oversight measures. The first thing that Justin Odell done, the first thing Justin Odell, George Koenig's best friend, by the way, when we did mediation in Justin Odell's office, TJ's lawyer, George Koenig, big, nice headline magazine cover right there where we were doing mediation. Think that was coincidence? It wasn't. And my attorneys are so innocent. They're good. Michael Lambros and Stacey Evans. And they said, well, they're just coincidence. They're just both super lawyers, which is like who's who of American high school students. Like any bum can pay $100 to get your name in the book, right? Super lawyers. More like super retarded lawyers. Failure to issue subpoenas. Odell's claimed that a receiver would simply need. Okay, so in court he says, well, we can't put in a receiver because I wouldn't know what to do with the crypto. So if I took over, we just have to hire all the same people to take care of it except for Ben. Odell's claim the receiver would simply need to hire back the same employee shows he was never serious about actually restructuring financial controls. He intended to perpetuate the cover-up. The risk of international cryptocurrency exchanges. Tuzinski notes that all of the identified international exchanges explicitly restrict U.S. persons that can freeze asset accounts without notice. The judge is still allowing them to have all this money there. But they're saying, we don't have it. And lawyers saying, well, I don't know. I haven't asked for it. Sorry, I don't mean to say retarding Lori within the same 5 sentences. This means Dyke and Odell were allowing defendants to store corporate assets in high-risk locations in direct violation of their duty to preserve company wealth. Evidence of laundered investor funds. Guys, this is only like 10% of what we have. You see why I'm crazy? You see? I hope somebody's listening. Tuzinski presents a cop, remember, presents evidence that investor. He needs a good cop. He's a cop's cop. Man, the Netflix not the documentary, but the 3 to 5 season show that's going to come down the road. Man, that Jake Tuzinski, he's a motherfucking badass. Okay, the funds were moved through these platforms. Assets can be seized. This means Dyke and Odell were allowing defendants to store corporate assets. Jake's telling them this, by the way, and they're still doing it. In high-risk locations, a direct violation of their duty to preserve company wealth. Evidence of laundered investor funds. Tuzinski presents evidence that investor funds raised for Vimeo, the NFT marketplace, were funneled through multiple chains in a way that is atypical of normal business operations. This supports claims of money laundering and financial misconduct. I'm crazy for saying money laundering, even though a cop is saying it. And did you know that when Jake told Lori that he believed they were money laundering, she completely stopped talking to him for months? Hallett's affidavit fits in a larger RICO conspiracy. It reinforces the pattern of financial crime, concealment, and obstruction. It defines this case as a racketeer influence and corrupt organizations act or a RICO violation. Elements in the case, enterprise involvement, the individual's name, including TJ. And now we're talking about court officials should be named in my RICO lawsuit, according to research by unbiased. You can see unbiased. Guys, this is facts. All of these are factual. And if it's not a fact, I told you. Justin Odell, Lori Dyke, and others acted as, see, the conspiracy continues even into the court. This is why. No one will listen to me. I don't understand. Acted as part of coordinated enterprise, seized control of assets and obscure transactions. I need a Gatorade. Pattern of criminal activity, fraudulent transfers, crypto wallets linked to BJ Investment Holdings. Man, I can go forever, boys. That's why she likes me. Crypto wallets linked to BJ Investment Holdings were strategically moved to offshore platforms. It's hard for me not to follow that up with another joke, but I'm not going to. Blackmail and extortion. Ben Armstrong was threatening, coerced, and assigning over assets, including Lamborghini, under duress. Financial laundering. Investor funds were dispersed through chains and ways to indicate asset laundering. Judicial interference. Special masters actively failed to execute financial oversight, aiding the concealment of illicit transactions. Obstruction of justice. Dyke and O'Dell had clear recommendations for Tuschinski on how to retrieve financial records, yet failed to act. This delayed legal action, giving the defendants time to hide, transfer, or destroy evidence. Fraud and misrepresentation. Investors were misled regarding the security of their funds in Vumio. Company assets were misrepresented as personal property by those in control. Defendants misled court and authorities regarding the availability and traceability of funds. Conclusion. This is more than business. Are you guys getting the point yet? It's organized crime. The affidavit from Tuschinski shows a clear pattern of financial crimes, obstruction, and collusion by the motherfucking court. A cop calling the motherfucking court corrupt without literally saying the word because it's decorum. They can't say it. The affidavit shows a clear pattern. Lori Dyke and Justin O'Dell enabled and covered for financial misconduct. The Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs. I hope you nail these two motherfuckers to the wall. They walked right into your courtroom after you recommended them as honest, integrous people to help us. And both times you added an enemy to my case. Both times. Hey guys, y'all all got an enemy too. I'm just a better enemy than y'all. Conclusion, which is hard to believe, all things considered. This is more than business fraud, organized crime. Lori Dyke, Justin O'Dell involved. Use of internationally restricted crypto exchanges suggests an attempt to permanently obscure financial records. It's not just a business dispute. It's a criminal conspiracy. It involves blackmail, fraud, systematic money laundering. Tuschinski's expertise makes the affidavit bulletproof in terms of legal weight. It is a roadmap for federal investigators to dismantle the financial fraud. This affidavit alone could trigger federal involvement in the case, making it much larger than a civil dispute. Unfortunately, because it is a civil case, we have no way to show this to the public. It sucks. I hate it. It's a criminal case waiting to be prosecuted. Biz structure. Okay, so let's see here. This is just, I ran out of time, so I just started asking it to give me some summaries of stuff. It really sucks because I really want to nail Bo Mason to the wall. I want to pull up Bo Mason very quickly because I'm not going to have time to get into Bo Mason today. Let's see here. Let's see. Bo Mason buys home. Let's see. Where is he? Let's see if we can find Bo Mason. Let's see. Let's go. Let's click the images. Man. Let's see. Images. Here he is. Okay, that's Bo Mason. And I tell you, if I go Facebook, Ackworth Warriors, let's see if I can find one of my. Well, I wish I could find a picture of Mark. I really wish I could get a picture of Mark. Mark and Madden. Bo, I'm going to talk to Mark when I make the video about you. I'm not going to make it tonight, Bo. I don't have time. I wish I could. But I have time. I want you to know. You're never going to be able to keep Mark away from hearing my words. You may be for a little bit of time. But I know in your home, Bo, I'm a villain. Bo stole my real estate, guys. Bo and TJ conspired to steal my real estate. We'll get into it another day. $7 million worth of real estate. That's his, oh, God. Rachel. They always look like Cassie, don't they? But the point is that he goes around sending all these advertisements, and he came in, he used his son as a bait for me on the baseball team to be friends with my son. They got to be best friends, and he wrapped himself up with TJ, and he stole my company. So I'm going to be talking to Mark, Bo, and I'm going to tell Mark what you did. Because I know I'm a villain, like a crazy person in your house. Oh, I bet he's crazy. I'm going to talk to Mark directly. I'm going to tell him what you did. Just so you know, Bo. I want you to be prepared, Bo. Because yours is some of the most obvious shit, and that's why I'm saving it for another time, just so you know. Okay, back to my manifesto where I might do anything crazy. I really was at some point going to do something crazy. Not tonight, but at some point. How TJ Shedd and his hidden network used business structures to hide their tracks. Overview. From the data extracted from hearing transcripts, corporate records, and internal communications, evidence that TJ Shedd, Justin Williams, and their associates at Hidden Network used an elaborate system of LLCs and layered corporate entities to obfuscate financial transactions, conceal liabilities, and facilitate fraud. Structure allows them to shift assets and liabilities, shield personal wealth, complicate legal discovery, misappropriate investor funds. Key business entities and the parents. You guys can just look through this. They got all kinds of stuff. I wish I had more time to get into this, but I don't, unfortunately. Shuffling assets to avoid lawsuits is one thing they do. Originally in Ben's name, moved to a business asset, transfer to Carlos, and network denies involvement, legal ownership, shifting ownership between multiple entities. They can drag out court cases. using LLCs to launder money. TJ has made, I think it's 40 LLCs since I was removed. Weird, isn't it? Wow. When they're not making any money, they're losing $63,000 a month. Why has he started all these businesses? It's weird. Investor funds from Vumio and Moonshot Capital Ventures are funneled through multiple holding companies who are being used. Gemini Exchange correspondence indicates multiple applications were submitted with different business structures, suggesting an attempt to confuse financial regulators. Revenue from BitBoy Crypto sponsorships and token sales are split across multiple companies, making it difficult to determine who actually received the money. Hiding the trail of financial fraud, layering companies makes it harder for forensic accountants to establish a direct link between illicit activities and personal finances. Company names are changed or dissolved once heat increases. Consultants and affiliates act as buffers, shielding TJ and Justin from legal repercussions. Deliberate obfuscation in court findings. The hearing transcripts indicate that TJ Shedd and Justin Williams used business confusion as a legal strategy. They claim to know where the money is because it was handled by another entity. Key financial documents remain undisclosed, making it impossible to trace money directly to Shedd or Williams. The Decrypts article in the cover, that's nothing. We're going to move on from there. Pluto Alliance theft. Guys, all this stuff is public, man. I tell you, I'm getting a little tired here. I'm almost done this. We're going to power through. Expanded summary of Pluto Alliance. Large, I'm just going to very briefly. You guys can go read it on Twitter. Expanded summary, Pluto Alliance. Large-scale theft from Pluto Alliance Treasury, $500,000 misappropriated. Pluto Alliance Treasury was secretly controlled by hidden network insiders, including Justin Williams, TJ Shedd, and Tim Shedd, despite public claims that the community governed it. Justin Williams and others drained hundreds of thousands of dollars from Pluto Alliance's community wallet, despite their later false claims. The Pluto Alliance was not part of hidden network. Bank records and wallet transactions confirm repeated large withdrawals of Pluto Alliance funds, with some transfers being rerouted into hidden network-controlled wallets. Portia, and this is why the judge has to shut it down immediately, and she is negligent for not doing so. I'm sorry. I love the honorable Judge Kimberly Jones. But this one's negligent. I think it's because she doesn't understand, but it is negligent at this point. You're going to find they literally stolen $100,000 the last few weeks, and we told everybody about it, and nobody seems to care. And it's not like hypothetical. We'll show you. Bank records and wallet transactions confirm large repeated withdrawals. Portion of these funds were used to purchase expensive NFTs, including my Bored Ape. They bought it with Pluto Alliance funds. I had no idea. Later, disputed as stolen. How is it stolen if they used stolen money from Pluto Alliance to buy it in the first place? Justin Williams' role, mastermind of the theft, directly controlled community wallets and facilitated the movement of funds into private accounts. Misled Pluto Alliance holders by falsely claiming the funds were secure while personally withdrawing large amounts. Coordinated with other insiders, including hidden network leadership, to systematically strip Pluto Alliance's assets. Privately celebrated the theft with messages showing excitement over profits from NFT sales and hidden transactions. Used his position at Hidden Network to push false narratives about Pluto Alliance's financial health and ownership. Number 3, TJ Shedd's role, financial manipulator. Controlled access to Pluto Alliance's financial accounts alongside Justin Williams and Tim Shedd. Helped separate Pluto Alliance funds from the community while still maintaining insider control. Financial documents and crypto transactions placed TJ directly in the middle of fund movements, some of which were later concealed. Communication showed TJ assisting Justin Williams in laundering Pluto Alliance assets through intermediaries and private wallets. Bank records reveal unauthorized transfers and or withdrawals in hidden expenses tied to Pluto Alliance funds. Tim Shedd's role, fund transfers and account manipulation. Helped facilitate unauthorized transactions from Pluto Alliance wallets into accounts controlled by hidden network insiders. Emails confirm his role in setting up financial structures that allowed the group to move Pluto Alliance money without community oversight. Assisted in concealing major transactions that should have been disclosed to the Pluto Alliance holders. Involved in moving funds between different crypto exchanges and private accounts, further obfuscating the money trail. Number 5, DZ's role, enabler and cover-up. Used his position within the network to mislead Pluto Alliance holders. By the way, did you guys know that Jim, he was one of the kings. Did you guys know that Justin Williams asked Jim, one of the NFT holders, to tell my wife I was having an affair? That's real. And it's also real that Justin Williams hid from me in the woods when I saw him in public one time. Literally ran and hid from me in the woods. You would too. You would be telling everybody Ben was trying to kill me too if you had done the stuff to me that these people had done to me. I hope that's what people see. Baby, can you please send me a text and just let me know? Are people understanding? Like just tell me if they're understanding. I'm not gonna freak out if you say no. Use a position within Hidden Network to mislead Pluto Alliance holders about how funds are being used. Promoted false claims that Pluto Alliance was separate from Hidden Network while benefiting from internal theft. Participated in financial discussions about moving money behind the scenes, avoiding public scrutiny. Derek Taco Brady's role, asset diversion and insider deals, helped facilitate deals that funnel Pluto Alliance assets into private transactions, was aware of major financial discrepancies but failed to report them to the community, benefited from insider NFT sales, and profited from funds that should have gone to Pluto Alliance development. Decker Bobbin's role, fund misuse, community manipulation. He lied all through a special master meeting, but promoted deceptive narratives about Pluto Alliance's financial stability while knowing the funds were being misappropriated, actively supported Justin Williams and TJ Shedd's cover-up efforts, misleading community members, was involved in using Pluto Alliance's resources for unrelated projects with Hit Network. They're just moving money everywhere. Evidence of further financial crimes. Bank transfers, crypto transactions, internal communications confirm at least $500,000 was misappropriated. Funds were laundered through multiple wallets and converted into assets for insiders. Pluto Alliance community members were lied to repeatedly to prevent them from questioning missing treasury funds. I was lied to directly from these people, and I believed them. They were my friends. I could not have imagined that they were doing this. Attempts to separate Pluto Alliance from Hit Network were fraudulent, as insiders were still covertly controlling assets. Key takeaways. Pluto Alliance was systematically looted by Hit Network insiders led by Justin Williams, Tim Shedd, and TJ Shedd. At least $500,000 in community funds were stolen, rerouted, or misused for personal gain. Wallet transactions and bank records prove financial misconduct. DZ Taco and Decker were active participants, helping to cover up the missing funds. Justin Williams and his team lied repeatedly to Pluto Alliance holders while continuing to steal from them. Conclusion, this is not a case of mismanagement. Again, the evidence strongly suggested criminal conspiracy to defraud Pluto Alliance holders Justin Williams, TJ Shedd, and Tim Shedd were the ringleaders, while DZ Taco and Decker actively participated in the theft, cover-up, and deception. The available documents confirm Pluto Alliance financial assets were looted. Most recently, summary of evidence. This just happened. The evidence of Tyler Lance directly accusing, so basically, I'll explain to you what happened. Tim Shedd and TJ need to get rid of the Pluto Alliance wallets because it's tied to, I told you, we only got 5 or 10% here. Tied to so much illegal money laundering, phishing, hacking. You guys will find all these wallets. Go look. It's tied to so much stuff that they actually gave it away. They gave it to Tyler and Sarah, who lead the Pluto Alliance community now. They changed their seed phrase. But they did not change the private keys to the wallet that they were given. And that meant that Tim Shedd, TJ Shedd, and Justin Williams all still had control of that wallet. They still had access to it. The affidavit discusses Justin Williams and network employees controlling Pluto Alliance wallet. Justin Williams and others are alleged to have taken hundreds of thousands of dollars from Pluto Alliance community wallet, contradicting their claims. It was never part of Hidden Network. Let's see. TJ's role. Let's just go to Tyler's affidavit here. Let's see. On May 23rd, 2024, Derek Taco Brady contacted me on Slack and explained Pluto Alliance was no longer associated with Hit Network. And I would no longer be receiving pay for managing a community, but they wanted to maintain control. They wanted to keep the crypto. He included a screenshot of the message. It's here somewhere. You guys can find it. Spoke with TJ on the phone. He tried to convince me Pluto Alliance was never a part of Hidden Network, which I know for a fact isn't true. This didn't make any sense. I had several conversations with Ben and Tim Shedd, and everyone knew Pluto Alliance was part of Hidden Network. Everybody knew that. There's literally multiple videos on my channel tying it directly to that, but it's called Discover Crypto now. Tim Shedd, on June 5th, 2023, Tim Shedd gave him, I think that's supposed to say that's supposed to say 2024. I think the date may be wrong on that. But regardless, whatever. This explains exactly what I just said. They were worth over $100,000 at the time. Let's see. There are some good lines in here. TJ Shedd and his employees at Hidden Network have tried to separate themselves from Pluto Alliance, claiming it's a community-run project. If that's the case, why did they take all our money? They took millions of dollars from us. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Let's see. I volunteered with the special master to explain the situation to her, the corrupt Lori Dyke, because I know they're claiming Pluto Alliance was never part of Hidden Network. However, Miss Dyke never contacted me. You see, she's too busy trying to help Justin Odell and George Koenig, and maybe Daniel Norris if he's not touching kids or something. I mean, like patting him on the back. Anyways, I digress. I'm gonna keep going. Sorry, that joke really threw me off. But you guys see here, they're just all liars. They're all liars. That's all they do is lie. That's all they do. Oh my God. Vumio investment fraud, Justin Williams stabs in the role of TJ and Tim Shedd. Vumio scandal involves investment fraud, securities violations, false promises to investors, equity in Vumio, no legal structuring, misappropriation of funds. Justin Williams was the mastermind of the fraud. He stole the investor money directly. Lionel Urk, IRUK or URUK of Empire Global Partners. He's also a scammer that helped him do that. He claims he's also Richard Hart's lawyer and helped him set up Hex or whatever. Let's see. Tim and TJ enabled the fraud. They handled the stolen funds. They do financial cover-ups, false statements to investors. Anyways, investors left with nothing. Millions potentially. Here's the thing, guys. Vumio, literally, Jake let me know that on Justin Williams' special master meeting, you find that somewhere on this document. Justin Williams literally in that conversation maps out exactly how to do fraud and takes responsibility for it. And Lori doesn't say a word about it and doesn't follow up. Cassie on the call gets him to commit to having more than one address when he just said he only has one address and he lied and Lori didn't say anything. Look, Lori needs to go to prison. But Lori's willful cover-up and attempt to help them steal all this millions of dollars, she's got to go for prison. I'm good with George Koenig going to prison as well. Justin Odell, at this point, what I know, I just want him to lose his job and his career. I'm not sure that I think he's just a fucking dumbass, really. That's just used to good old boy network with George Koenig, but these motherfuckers ain't used to blockchain. So welcome to the future, guys. Hit Network. Okay, Hit Fitness. Here we go. TJ lied in court about a gym and its financial structure. He claimed that he personally funded Hit Fitness. I'm sure I did personally, out of my savings. He's never taken a dollar from the company since ever. Which, the IRS is actually forcing him to take a salary because he's never taken a salary since he's been there. And he's going to Judge Childs. The reason why Daniel Norris and George Koenig and TJ are pushing this thing that he should get a salary is because the IRS is doing his audit or forcing him to do it, and they're hiding that from you. So you should ask him about that. the IRS agent. I'm not going to say it. I want to keep good terms with that guy. Okay, TJ falsely. No, he's a great guy. Great guy. I was just going to say something I should have said. I'm going to say. Falsely claimed Hit Fitness did not have a bank account or crypto account. Hit Fitness does not have a bank account. Misleading because it's just Hit Network funds were used to support the gym startup costs. Transactions related to the gym appeared in Hit's financial records. Contradictions about who pays rent. I mean, look, guys, you can go over that stuff. I'm not going to get into the Hit Fitness stuff. It's too obvious. The judge already knows about it. I didn't even fill this one out. Court corruption. How many pages is this? Okay, guys, this is the last thing I'm going to read. If you guys want to go find all this stuff, these are special master meetings, all kinds of stuff. Guys, it's almost 2:30 in the morning. And no, I'm not going to the dentist in 2 minutes, even though my tooth hurty. Summary of corruption involving Lori Dyke and Justin Odell. The documents and communications reviewed. Guys, this is the court corruption. I just want to peek this out here. The documents and communications reviewed indicate serious allegations of corruption and misconduct by Lori Dyke and Justin Odell. Their roles in covering up financial fraud, failing to investigate missing funds, and misleading legal proceedings have raised significant concerns. Lori Dyke's role in financial misconduct. Failure to conduct. Have you guys seen the email? Let me move this over here. Now you can only see this email. Now I'm really in trouble, I think. I don't care if you guys can see it or not. Actually, I do. Man, it's bad. It's bad stuff. Okay. Let me a new tab. Here we go. Okay. Where's my Lori email? Okay. Oh man, I spelled it wrong. Man. Anyway, look, you guys can go read the email. I'll post it at some point, I think, maybe. I don't know. Have you guys seen it? It's the email that Cassie sent. It's so fucking killer. I need to find it. Lori, let's see. What is something I said crazy in a response to that? Respond. They'll never respond. Oh, look, here's Lori asking for my money that she wants to pay me. Money I have to pay her for doing her job. Should I pay Lori for doing her job, guys? Should Lori get paid for doing her job from me? Should TJ have to pay for her? Should she even have a fucking job? Should she even have a fucking business? It's questionable. Very questionable. Okay, let's see. I don't care who sees this. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to find it. Okay. There we go. Let's read this here, guys. We'll read this at the end. I will read the rest of this. Then if you're going to wait for the crazy thing, you better wait. Lori Dyke's role in financial misconduct. Failure to conduct proper financial tracing. Lori Dyke failed to verify financial records related to Vumio and Pluto Alliance, blindly accepting TJ Shedd's false claims about fund allocations. An internal email from Cassie Wolf to Dyke, and Odell explicitly accuses her of failing to conduct financial verification. Had either of you verified this information, it would have raised numerous questions. It implies deliberate negligence or complicity in financial mismanagement. Ignoring evidence of stolen funds. In an email exchange, Dyke acknowledges the presence of undisclosed wallet addresses, private sales, but says, is the forensic accountant that was a special master, that the special master is now placed in charge. You know, it makes no sense. It's not my job to determine if somebody's lying or not. As a forensic accountant appointed to investigate financial misconduct, it was literally her job to determine this. This suggests willful ignorance and attempt to cover up fraudulent activity. Concealment of critical evidence. Dyke was involved in discussions regarding cryptocurrency transactions that were concealed from financial reports. Cassie Wolf raises concerns in another email pointing out key transactions were omitted, directly challenging Dyke's integrity as a forensic examiner. Justin Odell's role in corruption. Legal cover-up of stolen assets. Justin Odell was involved in the legal structuring of asset transfers related to Pluto Alliance. An email from Odell to Cassie Wolf confirms his knowledge of these transfers, but there's no indication that he reported or intervened in stopping fraudulent movements. Facilitation of fraudulent transactions. Odell worked closely with TJ Shedd, Justin Williams, and in-network insiders, assisting in transferring assets under the guise of legal documentation, helping them do it. His involvement in legitimizing questionable fund allocations to Vumio suggests a role in covering up financial mismanagement. Potential conflicts of interest. Odell's firm was directly involved in handling legal matters related to Vumio and Pluto Alliance, despite multiple allegations of financial misconduct. He did not take action against the reported theft of $140,000 from Vumio, instead relying on Dyke's flawed forensic analysis to dismiss concerns. Key takeaways. Lori Dyke deliberately ignored forensic evidence of stolen funds as a forensic auditor, refused to investigate fraud, and allowed financial misinformation to be presented in court. Justin Odell acted as a legal shield for fraudulent activity, ensuring the stolen assets were transferred and protected under legal pretenses. Both Dyke and Odell were complicit in covering up over $140,000 in stolen Vumio investor funds and Pluto Alliance misappropriations. Their failure to act on financial discrepancies raises serious ethical and legal questions about their professional conduct. The evidence strongly suggests that Lori Dyke and Justin Odell participated in an orchestrated effort to cover up financial crimes involving Pluto Alliance, Vumio, and Hit Network insiders. Roles of Justin Odell and Lori. I'm not going to reread this email again because it pointed out some of it, but I'm going to read this here for sure. Roles of Justin Odell and Lori Dyke in the Hit Network lawsuit. This was a deep research report that was put together by a third party. In the legal dispute over Hit Network, the company behind BitBoy Crypto brand, the court enlisted outside professionals to help manage the conflict and investigate financial issues. Justin Odell and Lori Dyke played crucial roles in this context. Justin Odell's role. Justin Odell functioned as a court-appointed neutral in the Hit Network case. Based on the available information, Superior Court brought him in after Ben Armstrong was removed from daily control of the company. Odell's role can be likened to that of a special master or temporary custodian, an impartial attorney charged with overseeing the business and ensuring that neither warring party unfairly controlled assets or information. His tasks likely included supervising company operations, preserving assets, or reporting to the court. His appointment came amid a power struggle. Armstrong claimed to own 67% of Hit Network and sought an injunction for gain control. Armstrong sidelined and the Sheds and management. The court solution was to have a trusted third party keep things neutral. Actions of conduct. In this capacity, Odell had to interact with both sides, but especially with those still running the company, the Sheds. He would have authority to make decisions requiring cooperation with both Armstrong side and the Sheds. Notably, Odell oversaw financial decisions and information flow. For instance, controlling access to company bank accounts, email, and social media accounts as per the lawsuit's needs. If Armstrong wanted access to something like his corporate email or company YouTube channel, he'd have to go through Odell. He doesn't say anything. Potential favoritism. While Odell was supposed to be neutral, questions arose about whether his actions favored TJ Shed and Hit Network's management. What do you guys think? Favoritism could manifest in subtle ways, relying heavily on information from the Sheds while being less receptive to Armstrong or his representatives, or allowing the Sheds to remain at the helm without true oversight or neutral oversight. If Odell deferred to TJ Shed's decisions on day-to-day matters or was swayed by Coney's arguments, that could be perceived as bias. The provided document suggests Odell may have taken a lenient approach toward the Shed, didn't they? He did. For example, there were concerns that he did not push back on TJ Shed's control of finances and may have excluded Armstrong's inner circle, like Cassie Wolf, from key discussions. She's on the lawsuit as well. One specific instance noted that Odell was declining to overturn certain financial arrangements put in place by the Sheds, even though those arrangements were beneficial to them and part of what Armstrong's side contested. Such actions, if true, would indicate a tilt toward maintaining status quo under the Sheds rather than truly neutral management. Lori Dyke's role. Lori Dyke was brought into the case as a forensic accounting expert. She was a special master and got fired as a special master, and the special master hired her as a forensic auditor. The corruption's unreal. Dyke is a CPA with over 30 years of experience and has frequently served as an expert witness in business litigation as a court-appointed financial investigator. You can find her on amicableddivorcenetwork.com because she knows how to stay neutral and in the middle. In the Hit Network lawsuit, her role was to examine the company's finances. God, she looks like a clown in real life. Like she literally kind of looks like a clown, like kind of like the Joker a little bit. In the Hit Network lawsuit, her role was to examine the company's finances and allegations of financial misconduct. This was critical because the Shed's claims against Armstrong were largely financial in nature. They accused Armstrong of diverting funds for company use, including paying his mistress, Cassie Wolf, $50,000 per month as an independent contractor. No, that's true. She got her money from her stake deal from Stake directly. There were also allegations Armstrong using company assets as collateral for personal loans and other financial improprieties. As a forensic accountant in the case, Dyke's job was to trace the money and provide an unbiased accounting of what happened. This would involve reviewing bank statements, contracts, accounting records, and emails to determine if funds were misused as alleged. For example, she would verify the payments to Cassie Wolf and assess whether they were legitimate business expenses or not. They have no clue what an average business expense is for that company. They've never looked at a single thing. Nor ordinary operation of business. Thousands of addresses and money laundering. It's just normal for the art course of business. This would involve reviewing bank statements, contracts, accounting records, and emails to determine if funds were misused as alleged. For example, she would verify the payments to Cassie Wolf and assess whether she also coordinated with the company's existing financial staff like Timothy Shed. Potential favoritism. The question arose whether Lori Dyke remained impartial or whether her investigation favored the Shed's narrative. Signs of possible favoritism include focus of investigation. Dyke's, and see, this is something that I didn't even notice this. This is something that I absolutely learned from AI analyzing my case. Dyke's analysis seemingly concentrates on my conduct exclusively. The Shed's lawsuit highlights Armstrong's alleged embezzlement and personal spending, and Dyke's forensic work appears to have zeroed in on validating those claims. There's no indication she equally scrutinized or at all scrutinized Shed's management of funds. These Sheds. For instance, if TJ Shed or others at Hit Network had questionable expenses or financial decisions, the findings do not show Dyke calling those out. This one-sided scope gives the impression that she was working to bolster the Shed's case rather than neutrally investigating all financial issues. Interactions and information shared. From the email correspondence between Wolf and Dyke, we know that Cassie Wolf attempted to provide Dyke with additional context or evidence, but Dyke's responses were terse and did not show eagerness to incorporate Wolf's input. In fact, Dyke often deferred to what had already been established by instructions or the current management. If Dyke was primarily getting information from TJ Shed and the existing accounting records controlled by Shed's team, and was reluctant to seek input from Armstrong's side, that indicates a biased information flow. Lack of transparency. Wolf's email suggests she felt kept in the dark by Dyke about her findings. Rather than openly sharing preliminary conclusions or asking Wolf for her side of the story, Dyke apparently operated behind closed doors and then delivered conclusions that match the Shed's allegations. Such an approach can be viewed as favoring one side, essentially validating the narrative of the party she interacted with the most, the Sheds. In summary, Justin Odell and Lori Dyke were meant to be neutral parties assisting the court, but their actions have raised concerns. Odell, in managing the company during the litigation, appeared to align with TJ Shedd's control of the business, maintaining Shedd's authority and not actively curbing it. And Lori Dyke's forensic audit closely mirrored the Shedd's accusations against Armstrong. We showed you all the proof tonight, boys. Is there a lady watching? Maybe one special one. Love you, baby. She might be asleep. Without equivalent scrutiny on the Sheds themselves, these patterns lead to perceptions of both Odell and Dyke were, intentionally or not, showing favoritism toward TJ Shedd and Hit Network's management. Email exchange between Cassie Wolf and Lori Dyke, evidence of bias. One of the most illuminating pieces of evidence is the email exchange between Cassie Wolf and Lori Dyke. Cassie Wolf, who was at the center of the controversy due to receiving significant payments. That's actually not true. She did not receive significant payments from Hit Network. She received significant payments from Stake directly due to her contract, where she got $1 million a month contract from Stake. Reached out to Lori Dyke to address why she was feeling more imbalanced in the investigation. The exchange provides a window into the dynamics behind the scenes. Cassie Wolf's concerns. In her emails, Wolf expresses alarm and frustration at how the inquiry is being conducted. She notes specific instances made her feel the process was biased. For example, she points out Lori Dyke met with the Sheds and their team without involving or informing me or Armstrong, or her or me. Isn't that weird? You're supposed to be neutral. Why are you meeting with them behind closed doors and it's not recorded? Wolf questions whether Dyke is truly independent, given that only one side of the story seems to be heard. Till tonight. She also highlights that certain documents or explanations she offered have been seemingly ignored or brushed aside. Wolf's tone, while professionalism on display, clearly conveys that she believes Dyke might be aligned with TJ Shedd's agenda rather than as a neutral fact finder. Lori Dyke's responses. Dyke's replies to Wolf are civil, but provide insight into her stance. Dyke defends her process by saying she's operating under the instructions of Justin Odell. For instance, in response to her complaint about not being included, Dyke mentioned she was instructed to liaise with certain company officers to obtain financial records. She does not explicitly deny meeting with the Sheds without my team, effectively confirming Cassie Wolf's fear that much of the work has been one-sided. When Wolf, they all thought I was crazy at the beginning when I was saying that she's corrupt and she's being bribed and George Koenig is corrupt and he's paying people off and Justin Odell is corrupt. My lawyers at first were like, no way. Stacey, my lawyer knows Justin Odell. Went to school with him. But she still threw him under the bus in court, and he didn't think she would do that because my lawyers usually play by the rules. When Wolf offers information or asks for Dyke to consider her evidence, Dyke's responses are terse and non-committal. She often reiterates the scope of her assignment. For example, my role is to simply review the company's financial transactions or report irregularities without inviting Wolf's further input. This lack of engagement with Wolf's points comes across as dismissive. Notably, Dyke does not offer to schedule a meeting or call with Wolf. If Dyke were truly neutral and concerned about fairness, one might expect her to welcome information from all sides. Instead, in the email, she maintains a formal distance, effectively saying she will consider what's relevant, but making no commitment to address Wolf's grievances directly. The evidence. This suggests that Dyke had largely made up her mind, at least was not interested in a deep dive into evidence that might counter what TJ told her. Indications of bias or misconduct. Several red flags emerge from his correspondence. Selective communication. It's clear that Lori Dyke communicated extensively with the Sheds and or the representatives while communicating minimally with Wolf. Wolf had to reach out proactively. She never responds to us. Lori doesn't, which indicates that the information flow was not balanced. Dyke's role should have required her to gather all relevant facts by not actively seeking Wolf's perspective until Wolf herself intervened. Dyke showed a skew in focus. Defensiveness and evasion. When pressed by Wolf about potential bias, Dyke's replies, rather than assuring her Cassie of neutrality, are somewhat defensive. She falls back on, I'm just following instructions, and does not directly answer whether she's considered Wolf's materials. This evasiveness can be interpreted as a sign that Wolf hit upon an uncomfortable truth that Dyke might indeed be siding with the Sheds. An unbiased investigator typically would say something like, I understand your concern and will make sure to incorporate any information you have. Dyke offered nothing in the emails. Tone of professionalism. While the exchange remains professional in wording, Dyke's tone can be read as cold and informal, in contrast to Wolf's more urgent, concerned tone. Dyke does not empathize or acknowledge Wolf's position as someone potentially wronged by an incomplete narrative. This could indicate Dyke had already aligned mentally with the perspective that Wolf was part of the problem as the recipient of allegedly misappropriated funds, rather than a stakeholder to be heard. Such a stance edges into unprofessional behavior for a neutral expert, whose job is to remain open-minded until all data is reviewed. Lack of corrective action. After this email exchange, there's no indication she adjusted her. Lori has not responded to that email in 2 weeks. She doesn't, for instance, CC my team on future communications or provide them interim findings. The provided documents do not show Dyke taking steps to dispel the appearance of bias. It's just like Justin Odell. He puts George Koenig on his wall for me to walk in and see. They don't even fucking hide their corruption. They just put it in your face. Overall, the Cassie Wolf, Lori Dyke email exchange strongly signals that Lori Dyke's investigative process was imbalanced. Wolf effectively accused Dyke in a polite way. She's more polite than I am, of bias. Rather than refuting this by demonstrating even-handedness, Dyke's replies arguably reinforce the perception of bias. She acknowledges working under the guidance that favored one side and does not actively seek to correct Wolf's impression. In a lawsuit context, this kind of documented exchange can be powerful evidence if one needs to show the court that a supposedly neutral expert might have been influenced or acting impartially. Legal implications of the findings. The findings above have several significant legal implications for the Hit Network lawsuit and related proceedings. Conflicts of interest and neutrality breach. If Justin Odell is indeed a court-appointed neutral, any favoritism towards one party undermines the integrity of the judicial process. They don't care about that. Court appoints neutrals to, I think the Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs does care. Courts appoint neutrals to ensure fairness, especially in corporate disputes. Odell demonstrating favoritism towards TJ Shedd could be seen as a breach of the fiduciary duty to the company and all the shareholders. Legally, this could justify a motion to remove or replace Odell. Armstrong's team could argue that Odell's prior connections or conduct, by this third party, by the way, unbiased, violated the requirement of impartiality in extreme cases. Evidence of bias could lead the court to invalidate or question Odell's decision made during the tenure overseeing the company. Challenges to expert findings. Lori Dyke's role as a forensic expert means her findings. Imagine Harry Carey from Saturday Night Live. Will Ferrell was playing them. Imagine Harry Carey doing your taxes, having to manage your financial case. This is what I'm dealing with Lori Dyke. Her role as forensic expert means her findings might be presented to the court as evidence if Wolf's emails show potential bias. Armstrong or Wolf, if she has legal standing, she does, can challenge the credibility of Dyke's work. In legal terms, they might file a motion to exclude or limit Dyke's testimony on the grounds that her methods were not impartial or that she violated the agreed scope of a neutral expert. The appearance of bias can also be used in cross-examination to impeach her credibility before a judge or jury. Essentially, any report Dyke produced could be attacked as one-sided advocacy rather than objective analysis, which diminishes its value. It stops short of saying she's bribed. I don't. Due process concerns. Both Odell and Dyke were functioning, at least nominally, as extensions of the court-appointed officials. It says neutral expert and court-appointed official. They were both court-appointed officers at different points. One got fired, and they kept her. Their partiality can raise due process disputes. But Armstrong has a right to a fair process in a civil case, which includes a right to an impartial investigation of the facts. If the neutrals effectively sided with the Sheds, Armstrong could claim he was denied a fair opportunity to present his case. In practical terms, this could be the basis for requesting relief, such as removing the neutrals, redoing certain phases of the case. For example, here's what we have to do. The Honorable Judge Kimberly Childs. We need legal bites. We need TJ. I need my money. Somebody needs to take my money over there and pay for legal bites, company in New Mexico, to come in and do the chain analysis and the tracking. Probably cost $50,000 or so. They got the money. TJ just made all these millions of dollars on the crypto he's got that he stole from me. So let's see. In practical terms, it could be the basis for requesting relief, such as removing the neutrals. Documented evidence like the Wolf Dyke emails will be taken seriously and evaluate whether the process was tainted. Potential ethical violations. The conduct of Odell and Dyke might also implicate professional ethics. For Justin Odell, an attorney favoring one party, despite acting as a neutral, could violate ethical rules. Georgia's rules of professional conduct expect honesty and the avoidance of conflicts of interest. If Odell had any prior relationship with Koenig or the Sheds that wasn't disclosed, this is an ethical lapse. Even absent a prior relationship, Odell himself held himself out as a neutral but covertly held one side is arguably a form of misrepresentation in court. Court could refer such matter to the state bar for investigation. Please do. Please report Justin Odell to the state bar and George Koenig to the state bar as well. And Daniel Norris, not because he might be weird with kids. Like when I mean weird, it's mean like awkward, like he makes weird jokes with them. Impartiality is a cornerstone of professional ethics, especially when serving as a court-appointed expert. The AICPA Code of Professional Conduct, for instance, requires objectivity. If it's shown that Dyke was not objective she can face professional repercussions. Additionally, in Georgia, a court-appointed receiver or auditor, roles Dyke has held, must faithfully execute duties. A failure could lead the court to stop using that expert in future cases or even issue a rebuke. This is also the possibility of a Daubert challenge, a legal standard to test the admissibility of expert testimony on the grounds that her work was not conducted according to reliable, unbiased methodology. Send that bitch to prison. Arrest that bitch. That's what needs to happen. She tried to send me to prison for TJ stealing, for money, because she's being bribed. Someone needs to subpoena all of Lori Dyke's accounting records, her vacation records. She's been going on a lot of vacations lately. It's a little weird, isn't it? Impact on case outcome. The apparent bias of Odell and Dyke could materially affect the outcome of the Hidden Network lawsuit. If Armstrong's side successfully exposes the favoritism to the court, the judge might give less weight to the findings that came out under Odell and Dyke's watch. For example, in the interim report Odell filed her financial report Dyke produced could be discounted. It could strengthen Armstrong's position in seeking a remedy. The court, wary of being seen as one-sided, might be more inclined to, say, grant Armstrong another hearing or to carefully scrutinize the Shed's claims rather than taking the neutral's report at face value. On the other hand, if the court believes Odell and Dyke were fair despite appearances, Armstrong could still use the situation on appeal. Appellate court have overturned outcomes where a supposed neutral is biased. Thus, the record of Wolf's complaints and any evidence of imbalance, y'all are fucked, Lori and Justin, is important for preservation of Armstrong's rights. So, George Koenig. I hope your wife likes that. Remedies. Oh, man, what if somebody's doing it to you this time, George? Remedies and next steps legally, what can be done now? Armstrong and Wolf, if she's a party or witness, can file a motion to disqualify or remove Odell and or Dyke for the case. The judge just won't let us in front of her. Presenting the Honorable Judge Kimberly Johnson, presenting the emails and other evidence as justification. Request that any report or recommendations made by these neutrals be set aside due to a question of bias. Seek a neutral third-party audit of the company's finances afresh to ensure confidence in these findings. In a broader sense, if the favoritism significantly harmed Armstrong's case, for example, if he lost opportunities or if assets were improperly handled, he might even have a claim for damages or at least use it as leverage in settlement negotiations. There's no settlement. Knowing this process was flawed could push Sheds to compromise. There's no compromise. Fearing that a judge might, I only want these guys in prison, might look unfavorably on them if their helpers were biased. Broader context, fairness in corporate litigation. This scenario underscores a general legal principle. When courts intervene in corporate governance disputes by appointing overseers or experts, those appointees must execute their duties impartially. Any deviation can not only damage one party's interests, but also call into question the legitimacy of the court's intervention. Courts will be cautious in future cases to vet neutrals for conflicts of interest. Here, if Odell and Koenig had any undisclosed connections, even just being longtime acquaintances in the same county, it highlights why transparency, the most super lawyers, they know each other, highlights why transparency at an appointment is crucial. The legal implication is a reminder that procedural fairness is as important as substantive. I can't say it right. I'm sorry. In the eyes of the law, it's one word I cannot say it right. Substantive. Why have I not said it right? In conclusion, the research findings paint a picture of a compromised process in the Hit Network lawsuit. The connections between key players, Odell and Koenig, the skewed actions of the court-appointed officials, Agent Odell, and expert Dyke, and the canned email evidence of bias converge to suggest that Armstrong and Kathy Wolf did not get the completely neutral consideration that the legal system promises. You got to ask yourself the question, why? Legally, this opens the door for remedial actions to ensure fairness that could influence the ultimate resolution of the case. The court will need to address these issues to maintain trust in the proceeding, and any outcome tainted by bias could be vulnerable to a challenge. There's more stuff there, guys. I think I'm proud of myself. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I think I'm proud of myself. So let me just tell you guys what happened. Molly and Trent and Bree are three of my closest people. They all left with Hit Network, left from Hit Network and came with me. And other people did too, but I was talking to the three of them, and man, they fucked this Lamborghini video up so bad. My guy Kunal too. No offense. No offense to any of you guys. It's not their fault. It's because they didn't know the story. And I had a freak out moment when they put the video together and I realized how little they knew and what the important things were. And I didn't know what to do. I had to make it stop. I wanted to just make it stop. Everybody's saying I'm lying. I'm the liar. I'm crazy. BitBoy's nuts. TJ's a good guy. Cassie, oh, she's terrible. BitBoy's a bad father. He's a bad husband, bad everything. That night, I just wanted to make it stop, and I got into my truck, and I drove. And I was looking for bridges. I was on my way up to New York. I don't know where I was going to jump. Maybe, I didn't know. I was looking up bridges. I didn't know what bridge I was going to jump off of. I don't know what you can. Brooklyn Bridge, maybe. I don't know. And I got stuck at Buc-ee's in, I think, Richmond, Kentucky. Had to go south. I said, about every 2-3 years, we get snow like this, you're not going to be able to go up north anymore. So I left, and I was like, I'm going to go out to the Ozarks and look for a bridge. I went out to the end of Kentucky, and I stopped there about 10 minutes before the end. I went to Walmart, got myself a nice little pillow. And I sat there, and I put the pillow around my neck to sleep. About an hour later, a cop knocks on my door. Man, how in the world my motherfucking uncle manages to find me when I'm just randomly just skating by his state? He finds me. Cops come, welfare check. People are worried about you, blah, 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 blah. So, oh, fine. You don't worry about me. They seem pretty concerned. And so I'm thinking to myself, I just got to get out of here. They say, your brother's coming. I know it's probably my uncle. And they said, he'll be here about 30 minutes. I said, okay. They said, well, they gave me, they found my weed vapes in the truck in Kentucky is legal. So they made me do a test. I passed all the tests. So, it's fine for, whatever. I had not hit the vape that day or anything like that. And so what happened is the cop's sitting behind me. And I tell myself, man, I was going to be in 30 minutes. If I could just get 10 minutes, this cop will leave behind me in 10 minutes. I don't want him to know that I'm driving away. But if you just leave in 10 minutes, I have 20 minutes to get to Missouri or whatever state's over there. The cop sits back behind me for about 2 minutes. He tells me my uncle or my brother's coming in 30 minutes. Is really my uncle. Man, I swear to God, my fucking uncle comes up 2 minutes there. He just he knows. And TJ's always been scared of my uncle too because he knows they'll just pop up. He found me and I have a lot of people that love me. Cassie, my uncle, my family, my brother. I could name tons of people that love me. My kids. Not my cats. One day. I'm learning. I'm trying. Marmalade likes me. But, I was thinking to myself, if I could just find the bridge. I found one place, and I walked up to it, and I looked. And I was like, My kids, man. My kids. I love my kids so much. And they think their dad is some kind of villain. He's some kind of crazy, he might fly off at the handle, do anything at any second. All of a sudden, he's crazy. Oh my God, I'm still alive. All right. Well, 4 hours. We're not spinning the wheel tonight. I love you guys. I hope people are listening. Let's take it back tomorrow. Be blessed. BitBoy out.